Do we even want the podcast lighting, or do we want to just use overhead?
No, we can.
I think this is fine.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Yeah, that's probably good.
Cool.
Yeah, and whenever you're live, let me know, and then I'll zap. I'm gonna add everyone in Discord.
Oh.
All right, yeah.
Put the in the window so we can see the preview.
The which one?
The preview.
Oh, of course. Okay.
Oh, we are live. Oh shoot.
We are live.
Oh man, drats.
Sorry. What?
No, it's all good.
Is that no good?
No, we're good. We're good. Sean left a big mess. He was drinking his Fresca soda.
Oh my God.
I do not drink Fresca. I don't want people to think I drink calories.
Oh my God.
Wait,
Oh, there's no calories.
There's no calories.
Hey, you know what?
I drink it.
Oh, Benny.
This is what the fuck is this?
You're alive?
Fresca citrus soda, 0 calories, and it's delicious.
You've never had a Fresca 0 calories?
No, I didn't know. This is incredible.
We got to find those 0 calorie San Pellegrinos.
What I drink is Arizona iced tea, 0 calories, or diet blueberry. It's the best.
Oh yeah,
It's the best.
I have that. There's that like those Zevia drinks.
Those are good.
Those are good. That's been the closest thing that I've. Oh, this is like. That's been the closest thing that I've found.
We don't have a close up, but I was gonna. In order to honor our Discord initiation, we have to do a can crush for Discord.
Just get up close.
All right. This can crush is for Discord. This can crush is for Discord. I'm out of practice. Thank you, Discord. Thank you. BB890 somehow fixed his YouTube. You can now watch all his videos.
Really?
Yeah, for something.
For years.
For years, BB890's YouTube was like off. Now it's all good.
He
Yeah,
said
that
it,
was weird.
apparently, what is it, Frank? He said it so that it's region locked in America?
Yeah, it was. Well, here's what it was. It was an ad setting that everyone had to opt into, or their videos couldn't be watched. And he opted out. He probably just clicked the wrong thing.
Yeah, poor guy.
And it went, okay, well, you're blocked in
That
America.
sucks. And then, yeah, but hey, I'm glad because I mean, I feel like through like Mega64 and all our friends and everyone through our favorites, we've been deep. We're like Indiana Jones of YouTube, digging deep. Our favorites is a lot, but stuff gets striked and deleted, and like that's why I on my hard drive I probably have like 100 videos like saved. Just like I have BB90 stuff, Pokemon All 2.
How many Sean's hat?
Yeah.
Is it?
He forgot it here.
Is it striked, or is it struck, or is it stricken?
Don't know.
My videos have been stricken.
Stricken.
My videos have been struck.
Stricken.
Struck, I think, is what it would be
Stricken
appropriate
from
if it
the
was like
record.
you were struck. But if it's like I don't know what the term would be.
I think it's stricken from the records. Stroked. No, that's
Stroked.
something different.
Stroked. Oh, like the band Stroked.
Oh.
Call me love and I wanna have it, you know.
I have a bigger head than Sean. His head.
Catch me, boys, and I'm ready. I'm gonna paste the link into the. So on the Twitch stream itself, I'm on the Twitch chat. I'm posting the link to the Discord. So I mean, this is gonna be on YouTube too. So I guess it's helpful to explain it. So we're gonna be starting experimenting, doing some Discord calls.
Yes.
The way it is, we have a Discord server, but it's not to like chat in or do anything. The Discord server serves as a way just so you could easily find our username and right click and call us.
Just to call us.
Yeah.
And we're kind of I should just preface real quick. We're doing this right now. We took some calls the other night.
Wild success.
After our podcast, we did some in the after show, and it went great. Like, we started using. Now, I'm not going to give credit to Discord just yet. But, you know, I'm waiting to see how the business relationship goes. You know, we had a great relationship with Skype. They made ours, Microsoft let our version of Skype freeze 30% less than other people's.
Wow.
I want to see if I can work out a similar deal with Discord, which has never frozen or slowed down or anything. However, I got to say, we had some of the best calls. It was like we found where everyone that like had left Skype over the past decade, we found where they all ended up, and we got some really, really, really good calls the other night. The problem is it was not recorded. So what we're going to do tonight is kind of just, we needed to test it out a little bit more anyway. So we're going to test and do some more calls, maybe get some more stuff and
just
try
like
it
a
out.
real test, you will be graded.
Yeah.
So we want some A+ calls. Hopefully no F calls, but you know.
We'll
have a bell curve.
Let's
Yeah.
give a rating,
Yeah.
a grade at the end of
Yeah.
each call.
Yeah, you know
like
what?
you get an A.
And we want to be like the WWE in the late 90s, early 2000s.
Yeah.
We don't want any bad calls, so get the F out of here.
Get
okay?
the F. Oh my gosh.
Get the F out.
Oh my,
I remember
Do
that.
you like
I,
sell
long-
T-shirts? Oh wow.
I remember that
Wow.
slogan.
Do you like how long I had to work for that?
Get the F out. Wow.
I remember that slogan being used, and I thought
insane.
I was not in tune with wrestling. I didn't care or anything.
Yeah.
But I saw that slogan, and I was like, brilliant.
Yep.
What a great way out.
It was
I
the
can't help it.
it was
Oh,
the scratch logo.
Here's a long shot of my Mac.
It was
You can see
it was the scratch logo
Get the
that they
F out.
used for many years after
Yeah.
the just the WW, and I
F
think
out.
on the back it just had the F underlined in the
crazy.
red, and it just said "Get the F out."
There you
Yeah.
go. Anyways, let's so in order to call us on Discord, right click Mega64 podcast, do start a call, and then when we click on your username, if the call is alive, we will jump in and say hello. Rohan with the Gex avatar, let's do it.
Doesn't look like
no,
it's
he's
ready, right?
no, yeah.
Oh,
So
is
yeah.
that good?
No, so he hasn't initiated the call.
Oh, okay. I
Oh
forgot.
wait, let's try it. Fuck it, let's try it. Hit click video. All right, Rohan, are you there? What up, dog?
Hello?
Hey,
Video.
dude.
What
Beautiful.
what's up?
What up? What up, homie?
See, everything has been great quality, working excellent.
It picked up immediately. It was
Now,
so
I want to
happy.
just say, Rohan, hold on for a second. Give me about 20 minutes
Yeah,
to give this
just chill for a
this
second.
monologue. We talked a lot of crap for years about Discord, and I know that people are going to be like, "Ha, I told you so." But you got to look from our perspective. One, Discord did not offer video for a long time, and that was a critical
That's
component. Two, Skype was just so good that whenever it froze, it gave you a chance to kind of reflect on where you were and what you were thinking.
Dude, I was using Skype with my friends back when I was in high school 10 years ago.
10 years
That's
ago.
how fucking...
But it
That's
really-
how Frank and I got to know each other.
But there really wasn't a better program for just the protocol of here's
Yeah.
our name, call us.
yeah.
And this, once
Oh,
they added
America's
video,
here.
we had some things to figure out, but we did it.
Yeah.
So, but I'm not going to give them credit yet. I want to get the check first. I want them to be like, all right, we can work for you. Here's
Yeah.
like Microsoft did with Skype, and they gave us a version that only updated every other night.
And always right before we needed to go live.
Yeah, and it never, sorry, I misspoke. It always crashed. And I like that because it's kind of like, you need that paranoia in your life. You don't want to be complacent
Yeah.
or like comfortable. You want that, it's kind of like you want to hit rock bottom so you know where to go.
Yeah.
So that's kind of cool. Anyway, what did you want to say? We've been
Hi.
waiting for you to talk this whole time.
Rohan,
and
what up?
I'm sitting here.
What's up?
Rohan's,
It's Rogan.
dinking around over
Rogan.
there.
Hell
and
yeah, that's a good name.
What?
Yeah, thank you. I was trying to call in yesterday, but then you guys skipped over me because I actually quit the call because my phone was dying. So, feels
Are
bad.
you all charged up?
Yeah, I am now.
Well, let me
Yeah, I'm
tell
all
you.
charged
Can I
up.
tell you something that never
What's up?
dies?
What's up?
Let me tell you, the iPhone 10s Max got that extra capacity battery.
Hey,
you got
hey, Rocco?
gold. Hold on. Hear me out. In the future, listen, all this cryptocurrency, even the almighty American dollar is going to be worth next to nothing. Dust. Gold is the only thing that will maintain value, so that's why I got this. So I can melt this down if I have to.
Sure.
Okay.
Go anyway.
Okay.
Go on with your call. What were you going to say? I'm
Are you
vamping
done,
because you're
are you
Mr.
done?
Silent.
Are you done shilling Apple real quick? All right. So
I did not.
I'm trying to ask a little advice from Frank because he gave some great advice yesterday about art.
It's
and shit
true,
like
and that was that was gone, that was vanished. So
Yeah,
it was,
erased.
yeah.
that was like a practice.
New advice.
New advice.
It was like it opened up my mind.
Cool.
Okay, I hate this.
What did we
I
spoke
just-
we
I
spoke
just
for
wanna-
like
I just
3
wanna
hours
ask you a couple
yesterday.
things. Yeah, I just want to ask you a couple
Yes.
things. I have like anxiety when it comes to like doing commissions
Okay.
for like people.
Yeah.
You do
or like when
art?
it comes to posting. Yeah, I do art.
Oh,
when it comes
okay,
to like
awesome.
posting art and shit like that online, or when it comes to like doing commissions for like people, because I feel like they have something in mind that I just can't do for them. You know, I'm always fearing that like I'll make a product at the best of my abilities and it won't be up to their standards. You guys work with like sponsors and like, you know, corporations all the time. How do you guys deal with shit like that?
My first instinct thought is if they could do it themselves, they wouldn't go to you. So they're already going to you. So just deliver a product. I think like so much of it is after a certain point, once you are really studied and practiced, you just don't really think. You just do and do and do.
They're going to you for a reason.
Yeah. You've already established something, already established connection. Oh, go to Rogan or whatever. But like, that means you've already proven yourself to some degree. The biggest thing that happens, and I feel like I'm finally conquered it. I'm at the age of 27. I'm finally done with it. But like imposter syndrome, you know, when you're young, and again, I work with high school students, so I see it. When you're like 17 years old, man, I love like Paul Thomas Anderson, Stanley Kubrick, James Cameron.
Yeah.
You have good taste. You know what's good, but you're a teenager. You're not experienced. Like even me, like I'm just now like, oh, I feel like I just unlocked this like new level of talent. But it's like for the longest time, like man, I wish I was as funny as like Mr. Show, like when it comes to sketch comedy or Whitest Kids You Know. And I'd make something like this kind of sucks, but people would like it, and I'd be like, no, this isn't Mr. Show.
Yeah.
But there's still something about me, myself, that people like and people return to. So just like you're getting commission work because, hey, whether you're cheap, fast, affordable, or all three or variation, there's some element that they're going to go to you. And you're only going to get better, you know? Like, you might have stuff in your life where you're overwhelmed, you're busy, and you know maybe not be able to compete 100%, but you're still doing things to the best of your ability. And so I think like the biggest thing in anxiety, it is just your thoughts battling you. Rocco said this last night of just like, yeah, the voice is just like, you know, fighting you.
Yeah.
And it's just like,
your brain will always lie to you. Your brain will always do that shit to you. That's its full-time job.
Yeah.
Is no. Do other stuff to make it easier.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, do other stuff to make it easier. This is too hard. And you just have to learn to go,
Yeah.
shut up!
Yeah, and I think, like, all of my friends who are, like, really good artists, like, I've had conversations like this with Derek, my friend Heather, who, like, wrote for SNL, and, like, all these people, the fact that they feel anxious, that they feel like they aren't good enough, is kind of what keeps pushing them up to go further and further and further. If people who just coast, I did that, that's good, then they just stay at this level. People who are anxious means, no, that wasn't good enough. Akira Kurosawa would always say, he would always say, like people ask, Kurosawa would make like a film a year, and like they ask, why do you keep doing this? It says like, so I can make a good movie because my last one wasn't good enough. You know, it's that mentality. And again, I have to update the Kurosawa. I used to always say Woody Allen, but Woody Allen was the same thing. He would always hate the thing he just did. He wanted to keep working so he can get it right, even though he always made good stuff. But same thing with Kurosawa, any of these like craftsmen, like filmmakers who just constantly put out stuff. Even with Mega64, like we put out a video a week, and we kind of don't even, we have discussions like what we should do, but it's like, we're never like sitting on one thing of, oh man, did we mess up? It's no, what's next, move on.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's. Yeah.
I was just gonna say, I know somebody who, I'm not gonna name names, but I know a lot of different filmmakers and video makers, you know, whatever. And the really good ones all go through that, where it's like, you know, they move on, you know, they might, you know, they'll get introspective. They might have a moment where they beat themselves up, but they move on, you know. And the ones I know that suck the worst are, I know a couple that are like, I made this is a masterpiece.
Yeah.
It's my
And,
shit don't sting.
I nailed it. I'm gonna watch my own thing again and again
And
because I
retweeting
nailed
like
it.
over every single
My
day.
mistake was intentional. It was supposed to be subversive.
Exactly. And their stuff has not improved.
No.
It's been years and years and years. I know multiple people that are in that, you know, hey, you know what? Don't criticize me. I did it all like you said, intentionally, or it's all by design.
Excuses,
And they're not getting any better. They're not getting any better. And I think a little bit of introspection and a little bit of, I'm not saying paranoia is a fun thing to have, but a little paranoia might not be the worst thing.
Yeah.
In terms, I don't mean it as a,
Yeah.
I mean it in terms of just like questioning, okay, what am I, maybe, did I mess this up? Hey, question it, but don't let it eat you, And
Yeah.
I think that's healthy. I think that's totally
Yeah, if you're not nervous, then something's wrong, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think
Right.
also like you're nervous because you're challenging yourself, and that's how you grow.
Exactly. It's
Right, okay.
it's part of what you do to help you, like, compel you to do something more. It's like a driving force.
The way I see creativity as a big steak. When you order a steak, you can just focus on the steak. Wow, that was a good steak. But get the potato, get the baked potato. And the way I see it is paranoia is like a baked potato, It really complements the steak. But if you get a baked potato that's too big, whoa, this dinner's fucked up. Like, I didn't come here for this. But a little is going to complement it. It's going to make you go, why did I like this meat in the first place? Okay. Oh, it goes really well with all the other stuff right now. You know what I mean? But the other thing you have to consider is when you eat the steak, it's really just electrical impulses going to your brain. But you know what? Ignorance is bliss.
However, if you do want to break
Man.
that down, it makes a lot of sense, because what Cypher's talking about in that scene is really the root of the issue that we're talking about here. If you think about it, it's about the anxiety that you feel. It's about the fact that it's your brain telling you, and if you can't tell the difference, then really, does it matter?
Yeah, there you go.
Because at the end of it, everything is just like wavy lines and like lines of data, dude. Like none of it really matters if you think
Yeah.
about it.
Legit?
Booyah.
Legit.
Just
There you
reset the
go.
matrix if it
Wow.
fucks
Boom.
up.
Anomaly.
I see you took
just,
the red pill.
fucked my mind and put me on a new mindset, dude.
Welcome to Zion,
God.
bitch.
Welcome to Zion. Yeah, remember the opening line of The Matrix Reloaded? Welcome to Zion, bitch. Do you remember what she actually says when they get to Zion? It's actually an equally dumb line, and it's not good.
I
But
feel
not in a
like-
good way,
I feel
you know.
like it's like welcome to Earth or something.
She had
Welcome to Earth.
they have like people running a travel program where they like verify the codes that let people in or not.
Oh, right.
And when she gets the correct code from them, she goes, "Doors open, beds made." And I just thought, say "Welcome to Zion, bitch." That would have been so much cooler.
Hell yeah.
Welcome to Zion, bitch. And then she goes, "Doors open, beds made. Welcome home." Ugh. No, say "Welcome to Zion, bitch."
And then they do it. You see her butt. It's bad.
Hey, first, Chibo Rebo in the chat says Matrix 2 and 3 suck. We're going to
No,
have
they don't.
Twitch put their account to
Man.
sleep.
No, they
Anyway,
That account's gonna sleep with the fishes.
I'll defend those sequels to the death as some of the most underrated and misunderstood movies, but the sex scene fucking sucks. And I'm
yeah.
going to go on record. No controversy here with me. I saw that movie in theaters like 3 times, and after the first, when it hit that scene, it was like, all right, popcorn. I'll be back.
Dang. Or some people went to go get popcorn. Other people during that scene did the popcorn trick. So which side are you on?
Oh, yeah. I think that's just one of the... I can't think of a... I'm trying to think of awkward times in the movies. Typically, anything awkward that I could think of during a movie, it's like maybe you saw a movie with your parents when you were a kid and there was like a sex scene or something, or something just, that's uncomfortable. But that was one that straight up I can think of. I saw that movie with people my age, and I was awkward as if it was with my parents. It was just like,
The awkward movie
cut
moment
this.
that comes to my mind, this makes me so fucking angry, is when I was in college, I went to Cal State Fullerton, which is just a regular school, but one of my best friends went to Chapman University. Chapman is like one of the most expensive, prestigious film schools in the country, but he would tell me whenever there was cool events, and so I'd go with him.
Oh, hell
so
yeah.
as part of his Chapman sci-fi film class, they had a screening of Contact on film with Robert Zemeckis doing a Q&A.
Whoa.
So,
Wow.
so I just snuck in with my friend, got to see Contact on, kind of a cheesy movie, but it's cool.
Robert
And then Robert
Zemeckis.
Zemeckis was doing a Q&A. Holy shit. He was giving out so much great advice. And then, all right, another question for Q&A. Some fucking dorky film student. Mr. Robert Zemeckis, I have a question. If you could have any kind of sandwich, what would you like?
oh,
And I was
God,
just
I
like,
hate this shit.
any time of Q&A or anything, but that was like the worst. Like, Robert, Back to the Future, fucking Forrest Gump, all this great shit. What kind of shut up? You're wasting your parents like $100,000 of money to ask this
Oh
stupid
my
ass question.
God.
Fuck you. I hate, that made me so. Don't do
Well,
that.
hey, the last time Elon Musk did a big, when he did his big keynote about Mars
Oh, okay.
travel.
Yeah.
And I feel like this was.
Elon Puff.
I feel like this was before a lot of the like, okay,
Yeah.
what's this guy up to? But kind of prior to that, he did a whole talk on their first Mars travel, expedition, and then he went to Q&A, and it was seriously like, hey, who's going to be the first person on Mars, Elon? And I'm wondering, can I recommend Michael Cera?
Oh.
No. Next person. Hi, I wrote a comic, and I'm just curious if maybe if you check it out. And
Yeah, shit like that. Can I get an
next-
autograph? Like, it just like
not one question, dude. We went to the Lost concert.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I think you missed this, Brian. I think you did.
I came in at the end. There was a pretty awkward guy who didn't have a question.
Yeah,
focused.
it was already bad.
Yeah.
But you missed the very first question of Q&A.
Ooh.
It was the creators of Lost. Listen, in the past decade, I've been to maybe a handful of events about Lost.
Yeah.
The creators of it always show up, and they always give time to the audience.
Yes.
Hey, ask us any shit you want. And you would think that fans who are still befuddled by the mysteries of that show would go, what was the temple? What happened when the dude fell into the source, the heart of the island? You would think you'd get the hard-hitting questions. And it's always, my mom says it's weird. There was a polar bear. Could you do a voicemail where it's like it's never interesting. Anyway, the question at this Lost concert, the first one out of the gate was this woman. Hey, Damon and Carlton, it's so good to see you. Anyway, I brought my script that I wrote, and I'm just curious if you can read it. And it was just immediate, like you could hear the crowd go, oh, like, and yeah, Carlton was like, yeah, I'll take it. Next question. Okay, it was just like. That is so fucking selfish.
Yeah.
That is so selfish to like, oh, can you read my script? That benefits no one here but you.
Yeah,
Get
what a
the
waste
fuck
of
out
time.
of here.
Well, I forget what Q&A was at, but someone was asking a question, and the person immediately, like, don't be selfish. What's your question? It was something like that.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
said, don't
Who
be
was it?
selfish.
I saw that.
That was like on Twitter or something. Like, I know I follow a lot of film critics, like Scott Tobias, Tasha Robinson on Twitter. They go to all the film festivals, and part of they're this group of snarky Chicago critics who write for AV Club. And they will always like publicly tweet and make fun of dumb Q&A things. Like
Dude.
I get Schadenfreude from that. But
here's what I'm never going to be in the position where people are like, can you read my script? Because I'm not a producer or screenwriter. But if I was in that position, I think I know what I would do, what my official response would be in that situation. I'd go, okay, I'll read it right now. And I would sit and read the fucking thing in front of everybody and let the crowd turn.
Oh,
and
that would
then
be incredible.
No one would do it again. Just let it roast.
I am eager to get some more calls, but one last note. Hey man, don't think too hard. Do the work. Take the money, and think about
you guys give some great
what we
advice,
talked
dude.
about last night. Think about, I know you have to do a bunch of hard work and it's stressing you out. Think about how you're going to treat yourself after that.
Yep.
You know, just think of a reward after. Just honestly, don't think so hard. Get it done.
Get ice cream and a
Yeah.
CD.
And remember, it's work. So you're being paid to do it. This isn't your vision. This isn't your intent. This is somebody else's money
Yeah, so just do
carried
the
through
job.
somebody that they can trust.
Yeah.
So just
All right.
do it to the best of your ability.
Yeah.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you for the
dude.
call.
Thank you very much. Hey, somebody in the chat said, I'm glad they talked about this because I was actually going to send them my music, LOL. Listen, that's different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sending us something in the P.O. box, hey, do you mind checking out my album? Maybe we won't have time. I don't know. But maybe we will. But that's different than lining up on Q&A in front of
Just
everybody
random
and
what?
going, stop this, read my thing,
Snare waves.
Shouts out.
That's like that stuff is cool, but it's again being selfish. Here's a one-on-one thing, as opposed to at Anime Expo in front of 10,000 people being like, excuse me, I did a skate with my
Exactly.
I think honestly, I think our fans like get it.
That's very different. Yeah, totally.
Click that purple X at the top of the bar there. You
That
see
up there?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, now we can just go down the list, pick another call.
Okay.
Yeah, let's click video, just see what happens. Booyah.
See what happens.
All right, dude, what's up?
Hey guys.
Hey man,
Yo.
welcome.
Hey.
How's it going? I'll let you get settled.
It's going good.
You're live.
Yeah.
Do you have like another
getting
You look
light?
like you're in a
How are
David
you?
Fincher movie.
Yeah.
You on the set of Zodiac?
Turn
Yeah,
on your
it's
monitor.
pretty dark in here.
Can you get real close to the monitor, like right up against
Yeah, I want to
it,
be able to see you.
so we can get some cool
Oh, I'm
lighting?
sorry.
Oh,
Not too
okay,
far?
look a little bit better. Yeah, we get some light.
Yeah.
That's
There you
pretty
go.
good.
Hello.
That's a
Look
good
like
one.
you're on the set of Panic Room.
You look like Casey Affleck.
I'm all cozied up tonight.
Oh, is it-
it's
is it
11
cold?
It's
You look like-
11:46 at night. Cozy night.
You look like one of the lead characters in Split.
Oh,
You look like you're
Wow,
gonna.
thank
You
you.
look like you're gonna pull some Manchester by the Sea shit. I won't
Oh
say
my
that.
God.
Oh, there you go.
Oh.
And now you look
Nice.
like
I
Solid
have
Snake.
the Twitch and theater mode
Venom
where it's like
Snake.
super
That's
dark.
excellent.
Now
and
you
I just
look
put a new
like
tab up.
Jack Torrance after the maze. I'm just saying, like the blue
You
tint.
look like Rose after Titanic after she gets rescued.
Yeah, you look like your heart
Oh
will
my
go
God.
up.
You look like Jack.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
That's so.
Women
funny.
and children only.
So really quick.
Anyway,
I
thanks
had
for
a
your
question.
call. Good night. What? Wait, I'm sorry.
Oh, what was your question?
What was your question?
Okay, so this can be directed at anyone. I don't.
Yeah.
But I guess this is for Rocco
yeah.
mostly. I guess. Rocco, you mentioned last night the Beatles announced the White Album box set.
The
I
HD
was,
remaster.
I was gonna find some way to bring that up.
Well,
And
here
now
you
I
go.
have it.
I don't know if it was announced yesterday or today, but
Today.
they actually like showed photos and
Yeah.
like cool shit about what's in it.
Yeah.
Is there besides obviously just it being remixed or remastered? Is there a specific part of it you're like really looking forward to?
Well, the remixes of the actual album are going to sound insane.
Oh my God, I
Because they
know.
remixed Sgt. Pepper and it sounded like a brand new album.
I got the new mono version of it, and it's
Yeah.
it sounded so good.
It's
it was
awesome,
great.
and I've heard they have better quality materials for the White Album, so it's going to sound even better.
Really?
Yeah, so I'm
Wow.
most stoked about that. And then honestly, I'm someone who I love the behind the scenes shit. So there's like 3 discs of just like raw studio outtakes and audio. Oh, I am so in. I pre-ordered
figured,
the like mega version. I'm so in on that.
Wow, jeez.
One of
Yeah,
my favorite albums ever.
Yeah, it's my second favorite Beatles record. But I mean, all the White Album stuff on Anthology is really cool. And I was excited. I already have it, but I'm curious if they're gonna do something with it. They talked about having they're including the demos they recorded at George
Yeah.
Harrison's house in India. I used to have a bootleg of that. And it sounded kind of like shit because we're probably on just like a little tape recorder.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if they're remastering that or not, or if they're not, but I'm stoked about that.
Sounds like
It's
some
really
of it
cool.
might be, but I'm not sure. You know, the one
Have
thing
you-
I heard a lot of people bring up is that there's like a 28-minute version of Helter Skelter.
Yeah, Revolution 1 or whatever. Yeah,
but I don't think that's in this box set. I could be wrong.
Yeah.
But I know
it
people
could
will
be a
bring that
Carnival
up.
of Light situation.
I can't imagine
you
that
did-
song being that long. Like how, why, how, when?
I actually,
It's on Apple Music.
Maybe
Sorry,
it's like
I
a
just found
skit.
I just found the Super Deluxe version on Apple Music.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, that's the one you're talking about, right? Like, it's the,
I don't know what it's called. It's just like the 50th anniversary. I think there's a name, but I can't remember.
I think it's called Super Deluxe,
The
right?
Beatles White Album
Like, it's
Super
got-
I
Deluxe
think
Edition.
the White Album Super Deluxe. I think so.
Yeah.
Can be
Well,
positive on that.
that's
I'm not sure.
Sgt. Pepper.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah, because the other one
but
hasn't
it's
come
on
out
here,
yet.
Yeah. Yes,
no.
but that should be the same thing.
So, they did something like this with the Stooges a long time ago as well.
Oh, really? I didn't
Oh
know.
Yeah.
wait, yeah. Was that with?
Oh, it's on a Blu-ray too.
Oh, was
Yeah,
that was
it's
that
got
with
Blu-ray.
was that with Raw Power or Funhouse?
They did it with both.
Jesus
They did Raw
Christ.
Power and Funhouse, and you got
Wow.
extra cuts from both sessions. Like
Yeah.
Lost in the Future World, I think is on the Stooges, and I think you also get the full version of Anne. You also
Ooh.
get you get another one that's really really good. You get more full versions, full takes of everything, and then I think you also get. They went back and they remixed.
They should have packed in like a Funko Pop in here, make it worthwhile.
Yeah.
Just, come on,
Yeah,
real
really.
lazy.
Sergeant
And I
Pepper's
mean,
Funko.
I'm still so bummed about that. The Batman the Animated Series Blu-ray box set
Yeah.
is coming in October. Couldn't be more excited. They put up a clip of it. They put up the opening.
Yeah.
It is stunning. Like it looks so good.
$140.
And for the box set, the box set on Amazon right now I think is like 86.
Perfect. Oh my
But
god.
the box set,
I would be down to watch this.
the box set has these 3 Funko Pops in it,
Ew.
and they look like shit.
I want.
Ew.
You know what?
And it's. Oh, I was just gonna say that show has such an iconic art style.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it has these 3 figures that are Funko Pops. Like, what are you doing? Sorry, what were you saying?
Well, I mean, Funko Pops are just like everywhere, so it's just it's incentivizing anybody who thinks they're a comic book fan to be introduced
You
to
get
the
that
series.
crossover
because
audience.
it's trying to get the younger audience. So I get it. I don't like
guess.
Funkos, but whatever. They had all of that on Amazon Prime a few years back, and I went back and watched the first 2 or 3 seasons. Which, by the way, seasons of Batman the Animated Series are not short.
No, they're not.
Like they are 50 episodes,
Yeah.
and it's like.
Kids TV was like that.
Okay, but they are stellar detective stories week to week.
Yeah.
There's not a single bad one.
Man, they're so good.
The
That
first
show
4
holds
seasons,
up.
absolutely incredible. Same thing with, hey, as funny as it sounds, just watch that first season of Animaniacs.
Yeah.
It's such good sketch comedy writing. It's so like, I didn't get it. It was so on the nose for its time.
Yeah.
So
Well, dude, I
good.
played the Animaniacs Super Nintendo game years before I ever saw Alien, and level 2 is like a sci-fi movie lot, and you're fighting xenomorphs.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I totally forgot about that.
Yeah.
So, shout out.
Anyways,
Oh,
Wait,
hey, Brian.
best-
Sorry,
be-
really quick. I'm sorry, Brian. You brought up the Stooges, and I have a quick question about that. Have you ever heard the Iggy Pop version of Raw Power, like that he mixed himself? Have you ever heard that?
Yeah.
Do you prefer the Bowie one, like the one that most everyone knows, or the Iggy
I don't
one? 'Cause I
like-
prefer the Iggy one.
I don't like any of Iggy Pop with David Bowie. Hard stop.
Really?
Hard
Really?
stop. Any of the
Wow.
Iggy Pop with David Bowie is David Bowie. It's just.
I totally get what you're saying.
It would be like James Cameron going to Steven Spielberg. Better example. It would be like AI. Hey,
Oh my god.
Stanley Kubrick came up with a movie he couldn't realize in his lifetime. Well, let's give it to somebody else who has his own directorial voice and try to
Yep.
put that out. It's not bad.
I feel the same way about what I agree with what you're saying, kind of like I don't mind it, but I know what you're saying because I definitely I don't know if you like Lou Reed at all, but I'm not huge on Transformer, and that's like the Bowie album that he produced, and I'm like not huge on that one because it's like you can hear Bowie has a certain style of production, especially in that era, that I think there's positive and negatives to that, but I prefer, I guess Bowie Raw Power than to Bowie, Transform whatever.
Yeah.
But I like the Iggy mix a lot just because it is so fucking loud.
Yes.
And it is like the guitars on Search and Destroy are like ear piercing, and like people will bitch about it because I guess they're used to the Bowie mix or whatever.
Yeah.
But I heard a really good story. I think it was Ron Ashton in the Stooges. I forgot what he fucking played. I'm so sorry, I forgot. But he was in the band, and when they were shipped the final album of Raw Power, he heard it, and I think he was the bassist because he was pissed because there was no bass on that album.
Yeah.
And he threw it out the window.
So much,
because he's like, fuck
so
this.
much of Iggy Pop and the Stooges, or just the Stooges sound, comes from the bass. So
I agree, yeah.
Like the downplay of that on that album is the reason why in general I can't really listen to it. And because David Bowie's influence, it's more of a rock album in the traditional sense, which I don't dislike. It's just what I love about the Stooges, what I'm attracted to, is that first 2 albums. Sound, the swagger,
with
the
you.
bluesiness. That's what
Yeah.
makes it so great. So
I totally agree. The first Stooges album has always been my favorite.
Yeah.
And then I totally, that was my introduction to the Stooges, and I like their other records. Well, the other 2. I haven't heard any of the later ones that Iggy put out in the past like 15 years or something.
Yeah.
I haven't heard those. I've heard they're kind of whatever.
they
but,
came out with a new album, I want to say in 2006 or 7.
Search and Destroy?
No, Search and Destroy was it? I know they came out with a brand new, like the 4 guys or whoever is still left.
Was it The Weirdness? Was that what it's called?
It might have been,
Weirdness?
and it was one of those things like Metallica's album that they did that was like, oh yeah, this is a sound alike. This sounds exactly like you used to play, and
Oh, yeah.
it's okay, but it doesn't. A good example of that would be
Too
Black
comfort.
Sabbath's 13, which is a great progression for where that band would have been if they would have just stayed that band.
That's so interesting. Yeah.
But I don't feel like that comes through on Iggy Pop's album or the Stooges album or with any of Metallica's later like return to their old form shit. But that's just me. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying why familiarize myself with this when I'm so entrenched in this and there's other new shit that I can go, listen to.
I don't. It's funny. It's cool you like the Stooges. I don't know everyone's music taste on Mega64.
Yeah.
So it's
I only
cool.
listen to cool shit.
That's neat.
None of this old man stuff.
Yeah, I'm with you, Frank.
Yeah,
Hell
thank you.
I listen to Venga Boys.
Yeah.
Dude, the Venga Boys. You want to get
That's
into
some real shit.
You want to get into some Venga Boys tech? You got to look up the song "We're Going to Ibiza" by the Venga Boys.
Yeah.
And then the entire time, just try not to hear "We're Going to Eat Pizza."
Oh yeah, that was that was how I would sing it in high school. We
Yeah.
would play it backstage during shows, and we'd be like, "We're going to eat pizza."
Oh, yo, speaking of music, real quick, dude, DJ Duck Pound for game days is insane. That's crazy.
Dude, we're
That's
so
insane.
excited about that. We were trying to get that going for a long time, and I was just personally like so excited for that to happen.
I thought about that, like when you announced Pro ZD, which also was crazy. I love Pro ZD. I love Sungwon.
Sure.
And then when you and I thought about it, you said musical guest. I'm like, I hope it's something like DJ Duck Pound, and then it fucking was. And that was like, I can't go to game days this year, which I haven't gone any game days because I don't have much money. But I will go to the future game days though. That's definitely on my list. I need to do that.
I hope to see you there.
Yeah, thanks for taking my call, guys. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Have a good night.
Take
Thank you
care.
so much. Great call.
That was a good call.
Nah.
It was meh.
Yeah.
Frank thought it was meh.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah.
Is this joint call? Is
Yeah.
this
Go
right?
for it.
Great call. That was.
Do
This
video.
one.
Yeah. First we have to click
This
on the
first,
video.
right?
Yeah,
Okay,
Okay, got it.
There you go. Click on this avatar.
Fuck.
It looks like Ed, and Eddie. What is that? Yo, what up, homie? Welcome. We go. Welcome to Zion.
What up?
Welcome to Zion. Welcome to Zion.
bitch.
Yeah, Brian went for it.
Yeah, I didn't.
That's what I said earlier.
It's a callback 40 minutes ago.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
missed
but
it.
she might not have been watching, so that was kind of awkward.
Listen,
a
if
little
I
bit.
changed it, it would have been a bit.
Yeah.
it would have been
It
more
would have
awkward.
been
Yeah.
wishy-washy.
Because
What
then
is
it's
it?
like,
Then it's differential treatment.
Anyways,
and I don't do
welcome.
that.
Hello.
Hey.
I don't have anything to say.
Oh, what the hell?
well, you know what?
F.
Oh
All right. Don't call
Gotta
it. Call
move
in if you
on.
got something to say.
I
Anyways.
want to hear the words. I have so much to say.
Yeah, I have too much to say.
I'll kill you.
Welcome.
for this.
Oh yeah, click on. Yeah.
Hello.
What up, homie?
Why?
Hey,
No.
how's it going?
Good. Holy shit. It's
Everything
going.
Good.
Now we need you to go. What's up?
Hey, so I'm very glad to be on.
Wait,
Zion
do you have a
here.
lot to say?
I have a lot to say
Okay.
about the new show on Netflix, Maniac. You guys see that?
I heard about it.
Nah.
No, it's a new show that just came out. I don't have 8 hours in the past 10 minutes.
Yeah, we've been watching The Deuce, man.
Yeah, yo,
No,
but,
but
it's
I-
Cary Fukunaga.
I was
Tell me.
hearing crazy shit.
Yeah.
It is crazy shit. I mean, I only watched 2 episodes, so
Jared
I feel
Thornton's been
frank.
watching it too.
It's definitely a slow burn at the beginning, but I love the vibes. It's like that weird kind of. It's like a '70s dystopia kind of vibe they're
Was
going.
it like
and-
Russia sci-fi?
Yeah, like I think it's pretty much there's like a scene that's dead on like the sleep chamber scene from Alien where they all like or it's straight up the main area from the Nostromo and it's just the beautiful scene and like I could gush about it. I'm just like I don't know. I'm rambling about it, but it's definitely worth your time.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean it's directed by Cary Fukunaga, but I just looked on Wikipedia. The showrunner Patrick Somerville was a writer on The Leftovers.
Oh yeah, I know that name.
So there
Okay,
you go.
great.
Yeah.
And then yeah, Justin Theroux's in it too. So
Oh,
it's
I
like,
fucking
oh,
Justin Theroux is the
Justin
coolest
Oh, I'm
fucking
fucking
person.
in then.
I
Yeah,
love Justin
I love
Theroux.
him.
Dude, I loved him in The Last Jedi.
Yeah, is he really in that? Really?
For about there's someone they keep hyping up throughout the movie, and you see him for 1 minute. Like, oh, the master code breaker is in this casino, and then for
Oh, you're right.
a brief minute he's there, and he's like, "Hello, darling." Yeah, you know,
Yeah.
he's like a douche for
That's
1 minute.
Right,
and then
that's
he's
cute.
gone.
Master Codebreaker. Yeah.
I had just
Forgot about
I think
that.
I had just finished Leftovers. It had just ended last
Yeah.
December. So yeah, I just leaned over to my brother and I'm like, was that Justin Theroux?
What the fuck's his workout routine? He's so fucking cut.
Dude,
Justin Theroux.
he kicks ass.
See,
Hey,
that's like the kind of body like that's like good. I don't need like
Here's-
giant muscles.
I'm
Like
gonna
that
be-
guy's so lean. It's like damn. That's
I'm gonna
fucking
be
good.
real. I'm gonna be real AF.
He's
okay?
hot as shit.
Go
Okay.
for it.
There's not a lot of men I would want to have sex with, but he would be probably number one.
I would
It's
agree.
not the
take right
longest
there.
list, but he's definitely has made the cut.
I agree. Anybody who can be both fully bearded and clean shaven and still look as fantastic as he
Yeah.
did.
Also,
Yeah.
most important thing, he is cousins with Louis Theroux.
Oh,
Wait, really?
Yep, he's cousins with Louis Theroux.
Okay, he just moved up the
Boom.
list.
Yeah. Hey, I want both.
Oh my
I'll
God.
take two cousins.
dude.
Damn right.
Two
Yeah,
cousins
that's what I'm
on
talking about.
the
They're doing that.
way.
That was like
Hollywood.
me
What
back
is
in
it
the
about
day with the Carradine brothers. Fucking Revenge of the Nerds,
Oh,
Lizzie McGuire,
yeah.
and David
Dude,
Carradine.
and who's on Kung Fu?
Bruce
David?
Lee.
Was that David Carradine?
David Carradine.
Dude, I don't.
No, yeah, it's David Carradine.
Dude, that guy was in kind of all kinds of kinky
Oh,
shit.
yeah.
Dude, that guy
Dude, he
took my
went
breath
out.
away.
Yeah,
Oh,
dude,
shit.
I like his didn't he like dress up like Batman and jerk off stalefish or something? I don't know.
I have
I
no
could have made
clue.
all that up.
I'm pretty sure he was like. The more I think about it, the more I realize that he was probably murdered.
That's what people have said.
Yeah, some people think
That he was like set up.
because like
it was
it was like
framed
this,
as autoerotic asphyxiation, but it was like in Thailand and like
Yeah.
I don't know.
it really the reason why at first when I heard that kind of stuff I was like, nah, come on. But then it really sounded very much like what happened to Lee.
Harvey Oswald.
No. The guy who Andrew Cunanan killed. The architect who was like,
The gay shame. Death.
yeah, God, I can't remember. But yeah, it was like a gay shame thing, like disgrace after death.
Yeah.
Like,
so people don't question it, like, oh, that's why. You know, like
yeah. So I really hope it wasn't that because that's sad.
We'll see.
But he might have been.
Hey,
doing some
Kill
shit.
Bill was good, so he went out on top, baby.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
You'll never
Dude,
hook him
thank
this
you for
time
the
again.
Thank you for the Hollywood kinky stories here.
There you go.
I gotta go do some homework.
But Maniac, good word. I know Jared Thorban. He's been tweeting.
Yeah.
He's been
Hey,
posting.
Carrie
Yeah, no.
Fukunaga got the next Bond movie.
Dude, awesome.
That's crazy. I'm not like a big Bond
Yeah.
guy.
I
but
am.
Maybe that'll be cool.
And it's funny because the reason he had to leave it because he didn't get enough creative control.
Yeah.
But now they're giving
Yeah.
him Bond, and dude, if he gets full they were as announced, they know his baggage, so like let him do whatever he wants.
Yeah.
Like I mean, again, he fucking helmed True Detective, so it's like, oh, you're doing Bond, sure, that's
Yeah,
gonna be
I'm-
cool.
This is a completely controversial opinion. I think that Danny Boyle, when they first announced him for the next Bond,
Yeah.
I was that was like such like a hard pass for me.
Really?
Like completely. Yeah.
Really?
I mean, I don't know. I haven't seen a lot of his movies,
you
but I
see
don't
Steve
feel like he's
Jobs?
kind of. Huh?
Did you see Steve Jobs?
No, I did not.
It's really
I
fucking
think
Hey,
good.
that's
that
his
was
thing,
an
like masterpiece.
underrated
Yeah.
movie because you see it and you go, "Oh, another biopic." Ugh.
It's so good. It's so tense.
It subverts
Yeah.
everything, and you know what I thought was so great about the Steve Jobs, not the fucking Ashton Kutcher one, but the
No.
one with,
Oh, yeah, that was garbage.
Michael Fassbender.
Michael Fassbender, I love him.
Is that what's his name? The fucking
Rogen?
writer. The writer.
Aaron Sorkin.
Aaron
Sorkin, yeah.
Sorkin said, "I purposely went into this movie avoiding, oh, here's Steve Jobs as a boy, and his dad took him to the
Yeah.
computer store, and it changed his life forever." He's like, I avoided that at all costs. I didn't want an emotional, like, biopic thing. I want it's behind the scenes at 3 different keynotes. That's all it is, and it's super intense. That movie was awesome. Really underrated, and I know a
Yeah.
lot of people that slept on it. So check it out if you never got a chance.
Yeah, Steve Jobs.
I mean, he's
Okay,
done.
fair enough, yeah.
He did The Beach. He did 127 Hours. He did 28 Days Later. Like the.
I mean, Train Spotting.
Train Spotting, Slumdog Millionaire. Like, say what you will, this guy definitely has some chops. Like, I've watched maybe 3 of those that I just listed, and there were a bunch more that I didn't, but those are the most known.
I love 127 Hours.
Yeah,
I
but
really
127
like that.
Hours was gripping. It was really, really cool. It's part of what really helped solidify for me, because I didn't know much about like James Franco as like a legit actor. It's what helped solidify him for me as a legit actor.
That was the movie that made me realize maybe there's roles that aren't for him, rather than, there are a lot of people
Yeah.
there are a lot of people who call him a bad actor, but then I watched that and I was like, well, yeah, maybe Spider-Man 3 he's not fucking
Yeah.
in that material.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this he is, and he's
Yeah.
really good. And even as goofy as it was, the disaster
Yeah,
artist,
he
he's
was good,
awesome.
great in that.
Oh, I bet.
Oh god, I need to see that movie. I have been like sleeping on it for so long. It's been like on my prime.
I
everything.
forget where I've said this before, but yeah, with the disaster artist, I feel like, I mean, like we go to Comic-Con every year and have like we were there when The Room was already a big thing back in like 2006.
Yeah.
So when the disaster artist came out, it's like, okay, yeah, this is good. I feel like The Room. I feel like every 5 years, the new groups of people discover
Yeah.
The Room. So when disaster artist came out, like yeah, that was good. But like, I feel like it got this extra lift because it was so many people's first time discovering The Room, and it's like,
Yeah.
oh, this is kind of old news. So like, yeah, it's not like the best thing ever, but it's a good, cool movie. And
Yeah.
I really liked it, honestly. When they announced that, I was like, fuck off. Like, I'm so done
did
hearing
I.
about it.
Yeah.
And I just thought because of James Franco and Seth Rogen being in it, it's going to be some wacky bullshit.
Yeah.
And they're doing impressions. But I honestly really love that movie because they treat this goofy situation dramatically.
Yeah.
And it focuses on their friendship.
Yeah.
And that's
sincere and it
to
works.
me what worked about it. And I actually left that movie surprised because I went in like fuck this,
Mm-hmm.
and I really liked it. So that's just my take.
Booyah. Well, thank you so much for your
Beautiful.
call, Maniac.
No problem.
Sounds good.
Thank you very
Enjoy
much. Check
Steve
it out.
Jobs.
Somebody, I remember there was a Japanese developer when the Dreamcast came out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What developer was it? It was the guy who I forget what game, but he said this game is Maniac, and I quoted that was like forever. I said that like, dude, that's Maniac.
Sweary has a lot of good like tweets
Yeah.
like that. That might have been Sweary. I don't know.
Probably.
That just sounds like something he'd say. Whamblo.
Wamblo.
What up, Whamblo?
Whamblo. Yeah.
And
Uncheck
then-
the
Hello.
Click on video
What's
and then click
going
on his avatar. Yes, we did it. Yo, what up, Whamblo?
Hey, how are you? I have a question for Rocco, actually,
Yeah.
because I've been listening to all of the old podcasts on like the archive from like 2006 and stuff, and they're really, really, really funny. Because I was like 6 years old when all of those were coming out, so like you guys like standing in line for like the Wii is really,
Oh,
really
yeah,
entertaining
yeah.
for me to listen to. But Rocco, you said your top 3 movies, so I was just wanting to like see like 12 years later if there's like any new additions or anything like that. So
Okay,
it's, like,
well, I don't know what I said my top 3 were then, but let's compare.
I wrote
do
it
you know
down.
what
I
they
wrote it
are?
down. Yeah, Willy
Oh,
Wonka
okay,
and
well, don't tell me.
Factory.
Don't tell me.
2006.
Oh, don't tell you? Okay, whoops. All right.
I'm going to give you my top
2006
3
Okay, top
now,
3
and
now.
you tell me if they're the same.
Okay.
My number 1, I know this hasn't changed, is Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
Yeah, that's still the same.
That has
Correct.
not changed. My number 2, I'm gonna probably say is the original Planet of the Apes, and then my number 3, it's a little weird to put this up so high, but I'm gonna fucking say it. Is honestly, it might be Return of the Jedi. Because that movie to me epitomizes, even though I know that it's kind of odd to pick that, but to me that movie epitomizes what movies do. It's like Shakespeare in space with a bunch of crazy effects and puppets. It's like everything humanity learned to do is in that movie. I'm not gonna say objectively it's the number 3 movie ever. I'm not gonna say that. But my personal favorite, I see a lot of the magic of movie making in that movie. Does that make sense? And I think that's why I hold it dear. I'm not saying it objectively, but anyway, how does that stack up?
It's exactly the same, except that Planet of the Apes is number 3 and Return of the Jedi is number 2. So
Oh, okay, yeah, I wouldn't put that.
little,
number 2.
little reversal. but
Okay, a
other
little
than
bit
that,
of
it's
a
exactly the same.
swap. I think I
Yeah,
appreciate Planet of the Apes more now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was really surprised with Planet of the Apes because I'm a really big like Twilight Zone fan,
Yeah.
and I have like my mother was like really into Planet of the Apes, like just because she saw it when she was like quite young. But
Yeah.
like, so being a really big Twilight Zone fan and like liking Rod Serling's like writing style, I was like, I watched Planet of the Apes and I wasn't like the biggest fan of it. So I don't know. Yeah, I was like, I don't know. I guess you appreciate more like the set design and stuff like that, and all like the practical effects and all that stuff, which was really impressive.
Well, to me, it's just personal. For
Yeah,
me,
of course, yeah.
Planet of the Apes, my favorite stuff on Earth is stuff that walks perfectly that line of serious and funny. And Planet of the Apes is great sci-fi that walks that line perfectly, where it's like, whoa, serious shit happened to this planet. Like what? Like there's mystery, there's darkness kind of to it.
Yeah.
But then you have, he's trying to hide in the Apes church, and the pastor is speaking. And as the great lawmaker ape once said, I never met an ape I didn't like. Like, it's so, like, it's just on that line of serious and goofy that I love. And so to me, that's why it's up there. But that's, again, somebody said Power Rangers walks that line too. Kind of, back in the day, they would have serious storylines, but then they'd be fighting a giant pizza. You know what I mean? That's always been my favorite material, so that's why I like
For
it.
me, that's like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles show from like 2003 for some reason. Like when I rewatched that, like because I watched it when I was a little kid, like that show has like the most like goofy like anime like kind of like poor kids cuts and stuff like that. But then like they have like this really long like story arc, from what I remember at least, of like them like going to different time periods and like dealing with like the socio-political climates of those time periods and shit. Like it's just like weird stuff like that. But I was gonna say with Planet of the Apes, like I remember with my mother, like in 2005, I was really young. I remember my mother getting so angry at the new film when it came out, like because she was such a huge fan of the original. Like, she like was so pissed off at it. And then she still bought the DVD, of course. Still bought the 2-disc special edition. I was so angry at it.
Yeah, my mom, that's her favorite franchise ever.
Oh,
and she couldn't stand the new ones.
Really?
Yeah, she was just like, the CG shit is exactly what I don't want. Like, the originals had great actor performances behind excellent makeup.
Absolutely.
And it's like, with these new Apes movies, I finally saw the 4K box set was like way on sale about a month ago. And I bought them, and I enjoy the first one. And the CG and all that doesn't bother me in the first one because it's a movie about zoo animals. It's not like, they've advanced, they're talking, they're walking. No, it's about like when zoo animals finally learn to get, to say no and all that stuff. So it doesn't bother me in that. And I think that movie is a little schlocky, but I like it. But, I just did not care for the other two after that. I felt like the other Apes movies after that just got into this tedium of like, we're angry, we're going to war, fuck you, and it was just
I found the third one not so great.
I just thought they were dull personally.
What about the Tim Burton movie?
Oh no.
Yeah, that's
but they had good makeup.
They had great makeup.
Yeah. I appreciate that they went the route of prosthetics and did really well with it. But,
I was gonna say thanks to Mega64 just generally. It's been great watching. I've only been like a super like diehard like watching all like the old episodes for like a year and shit.
Oh wow.
Like the last since like 2017 and stuff. Thank you for the unboxing ring. Unboxing ring is the best thing I've ever seen in my life.
Oh,
like,
jeez, thank you.
Like I messaged you on Twitter about it when I was very very drunk. I'm pretty sure, but like I watched unboxing ring with my friend, and my friend and I like trying to like do some sort of like video making stuff, and we've been like having like. It was interesting to watch because we've been having like kind of like fights about like sort of the creative process of like what we want to do. So like it was just kind of interesting to see like kind of like you present this like alternate reality where just every conceivable thing with like this character's personality and like him interacting with his friends like goes wrong, and like obviously there's a lot more like plot stuff surrounding that, but it's just interesting to see see that represented in like a video and like a film, I would say, more than anything. So that was cool.
Wow.
Also thanks to Frank for making me but like showing me Coldfish because that ruined my life.
Oh,
so
yeah. No, Coldfish by Sion Sono. There's a Japanese filmmaker I love that no one in the world knows about. His name is Sion Sono. He's very much inspired by like Stanley Kubrick, but he makes like trashy Japanese exploitation films. It's all hot chicks, blood, but with classical music and insane tracking shots.
Sure.
My favorite of his is Coldfish. That one is like a brutal serial killer film, but with dark black Japanese comedy. And then he has another film called Why Don't You Play in Hell, which is about a group of high school filmmakers that have to make a recruitment film for the Yakuza. And it's like they end up making a documentary about Yakuza, and they end up capturing a Yakuza war. I don't know. His stuff is fun. Sion Sono, Coldfish, Why Don't You Play in Hell, Love Exposure, all this shit's dope. But yeah, I'm glad you liked it.
I heard a lot about Love Exposure before.
Yeah,
watching Coldfish,
they're all great.
I still haven't seen it, but yeah.
Sion
It's really
Sono,
good.
yeah.
It's really upset. It was very sad though.
Somebody in the chat mentioned that Sorry to Bother You is coming. Well, it's VOD tomorrow, so I don't know when the Blu-ray is coming, but
it didn't come out in Australia at all.
So far, honestly, of the movies I've seen this year, that might be my favorite.
I still need to see
That
that.
might
Oh,
be my
Brian,
favorite.
Yeah, I
I'll
really
get it.
want
for
to
you.
Download it. I will watch
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Did any of you guys
On
see
Redbox.
Hereditary at all?
What's
We-
that?
Yeah, Hereditary is excellent.
Hereditary?
Yeah,
Hereditary was
That's my
incredible.
favorite.
No, yeah, I didn't
Yeah.
see that.
it's great.
I don't know if that's a movie for you, Rocco. I really
Yeah,
because I don't know if you're
that
into
kind-
that.
That's
But
why
Yeah.
it didn't appeal to me, or to go. See
yeah,
it.
like part of me is kind of like I think you will sort of like the trippy weird
I
shit.
think I'll check it out probably.
You
so.
like The Shining, Rocco? It's
Yeah.
it's that same kind of shit. It's
Yeah.
really cool.
I,
Yeah.
I think you'll really
yeah.
dig
Shining's
it.
my
It,
favorite
it doesn't
film of all
have
time.
it doesn't have like a happy return of the Jedi like ending.
No,
but
that's-
like
that's-
I
no,
don't care about
it's
that.
it's very like just cold 70s filmmaking. It's
I would
cool.
Yeah.
I would say the last movie that impressed me to that degree in terms of like, hey, I wanted it to be like just raw and just try to really achieve something without worrying about like, oh, is this gonna be too intense? Bone Tomahawk.
Oh yeah, no. I think I own it. I just haven't watched it.
Bone Tomahawk, absolutely beautiful art house style movie. Kurt Russell's in it. So many people are in it. That
Oh,
Jack from
yeah,
Lost.
yeah.
Jack from Lost, or God, now that made me forget his name. I was Matthew Fox.
Matthew
That
Fox.
well, that's what sold me on.
Yeah.
Is I heard all this other stuff and it was great, but then I heard Matthew Fox in it and it's like, well, I love him.
And,
Yeah.
and I want you to watch it because you know Kurt Russell's a great actor. He's been in a lot of different movies, but he basically is just Kurt Russell pretending to be somebody else in every movie he's in. So that's great. You know, he does a great job. Like, oh yeah, hey, this movie be Elvis. This movie be John Wayne. This movie, you know, and he does a great job. Love Kurt Russell. Matthew Fox has an incredible performance in that movie.
Oh really?
It's,
I can't wait to see that.
Not in the way that you look at it and you're like, oh, Daniel Day-Lewis gripped by his performance. Oh my
Yeah.
God, it's so big. It's just, it's so cool and confident and well played. His character is so believable and really, really captivating to me in a very, very unique way.
The same filmmaker. His name is Craig S. Voller. He was a novelist, and then Ridley Scott found him, and now he's doing all these movies.
Yep.
Bone Tomahawk immediately followed it up with Brawl in Cell Block 99, which is a masterpiece.
I saw the poster for that.
It is
and
the
thought it was like very like 70s-esque. and
yeah.
I liked
it's
that.
like a
but I haven't seen the
grindhouse film.
Yep.
That's cool.
It's a brutal prison fighting movie. It's on Amazon Prime streaming. You can watch it. Brawl in Cell Block 99. This year, just back to back. This year, he has a new film with Vince Vaughn and Mel Gibson as corrupt cops called Dragged Across Concrete.
Oh yeah.
Like
yeah.
That
this
sounds
guy,
amazing.
this guy's
Yeah.
like the new Tarantino. Like not in terms of just like ooh dialogue, whatever. Just in terms of bold, confident genre filmmaking.
Yeah.
Bone Tomahawk, then Brawl in Cell Block 99, and I can't wait for Dragged Across Concrete. But yeah, Craig
I
S.
was
Zoller
gonna
is
say
phenomenal.
the last film that like what Brian was saying, like it was really, really like visceral and kind of like raw. Black but it was a Green Room. I don't know if you've seen
Yes,
Green Room.
I was just mentioning that to Rocco.
Yeah. Green Room is so good. Like, especially, I'm not super
Green
into
Room.
anything, but when I first watched it in the background of a house party, believe it or not. Some like super like punk rock dude like at this house party put it on like this guy's Netflix account. It was just in the background while people were drinking, and it was the weirdest like experience. So I watched it kind of first, but then when I rewatched it, it was like the most like I think it's the most tense movie I've seen in
It's
a
a
long
ride,
time.
yeah.
'Cause,
I saw it like opening week in LA. Like I drove up to LA to see it. I playing at ArcLight Theater. It was like a middle of the day. It was like me and my ex-girlfriend were the only ones in the theater. I was just the whole time like stunned with a giant smile. Yeah, that filmmaker's name is Jeremy Saulnier. His newest film comes out on Netflix this Friday called Hold the Dark. So yeah, his new movie coming out on Netflix this Friday called Hold the Dark. Same filmmaker, Jeremy Saulnier. Brutal violence. I love him.
Do you think if the movie sucks, the reviews are going to have the headline hold the fart,
Oh shit.
hold my fart?
And then also on VOD.
I'm writing my review of that. That's cool. Hold the
Yeah,
Fart
we
right
were just
now.
having this conversation. So yeah, Green Room director's new film Hold the Dark comes out this Friday on Netflix. And then next month, from the director of The Raid, Gareth Evans, his new film Apostle comes out October 16th. This is a horror western, probably like Bone Tomahawk. I think very similar to Bone Tomahawk. I think it's about like some guy, his like wife. There's all these films are the same. It sounds just like Mandy, but basically it's like a cult western. I don't know, but it's gonna be super violent. But yeah, two good movies are gonna be on Netflix. Hold the Dark by Jeremy Saulnier and Apostle by Gareth Evans. A lot of good shit coming out. And then Mandy
I
just came out. Lots of
got
good stuff.
one last question. I don't want to take time from other calls
Yeah.
or anything. I was just going to ask quickly. Are you guys excited for the new Halloween film at all? Because
Yes.
I'm a really big fan.
Yeah, you
of
know, I
Halloween.
normally don't give a shit about stuff like that, and I think the new one looks cool.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like
I
I'm-
think it's interesting because like the way the Halloween films, like the series is set up, is really weird. Because you got Halloween 1, which is a masterpiece. Then you got Halloween 2, which is like a direct sequel in a hospital, and it's really really cheesy, but it's like really interesting because it reveals the whole like connection between like the main character and Michael Myers and stuff. And then like you go to Season of the Witch, and then the rest of the sequels are whatever. But then you
well,
get,
yeah,
like,
Halloween 3, you get the best one.
Halloween 3 is like, I don't even count that as like in the Halloween series. It's kind of such a standalone film. I really like that movie though. Like scene where like the kids are watching the TV and then like the advertisement is playing for the Halloween store is so cheesy.
I
love it.
literally just got moments ago a note of my ship notification of that soundtrack on vinyl.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh, that'd be
Halloween
sick on vinyl.
because it's got all
Hopefully
that.
they have the jingle.
It's got all the Halloween Silver Shamrock. Yeah, it's got all that on it.
That's
so I'm
awesome.
Stoked.
But yeah, so the new Halloween looks really cool because even the second one, which is still pretty good, they're just cutting it all out. It's literally just a direct sequel 40 years later.
Yeah, I feel like I've said this 10 times in the past like 3 podcasts, but just keeping it short, I don't even care that much about the Halloween franchise. I love John Carpenter, whatever. It's Danny McBride,
Yeah.
Jody Hill, and David Gordon Green, the same creative team behind Eastbound and Down and Vice Principals. This is the next thing they're doing. Danny McBride is a huge Stephen King fan. He gets horror. They have been on such a hot streak. Derek's counterpoint was a team of comedy geniuses doing horror. True. I don't know if it's going to be great, but I'm going in just to see Dan McBride do his thing. I mean, he's not in it, but he wrote it. And if this is a hit, fucking let Dan McBride do whatever he wants. I love Dan McBride.
I
Eastbound and Down
hope
was
it's
so
a hit.
funny.
I hope it's a hit.
Yeah,
Like,
so-
I'm probably more on the
Hey.
Derek side.
I used the comparison too. I know I'm repeating myself,
Yeah.
but on that same podcast, I used the old adage that when Sean went and got a sandwich in Seattle, and the dude he said, "I'd like a BLT," and the dude at the sandwich shop just went, "I'm sorry, man. I smoked a bowl before I got to work. I'm gonna need to hear that order again." Sean put in the order and thought, this is either going to be the worst sandwich I've ever eaten or the best. And I feel that way about comedy writers doing horror or drama. You're either going to get a total disconnect or an understanding no one else has.
So I'm
And
going
it's gonna
in.
be
Yeah,
amazing.
I'm going into this with kind of the same level as like the Predator, where it's like, oh, Shane Black is doing this.
Totally,
Cool.
yeah.
I'm not expecting something great.
Yeah, see,
it's not. It's
that's
there's
the thing.
no
I
way.
hated
It's
the Predator.
yeah.
I hated the new Predator movie.
Oh, really?
Oh, you did?
I saw it the day it came out, and I was
really?
like super excited. I watched the original beforehand. I'm like,
Oh.
I copy, and I went in.
See, I wasn't that
Man,
excited.
Yeah, that might have been the difference because
Yeah.
I went in angry. I was like, why the fuck are they doing this? All right, well, it's on Movie Pass. Fuck it. Show me.
Yeah.
And when it ended, I was like, I had a fucking
We were
great
kind of the
time.
only ones laughing. But we
Yeah.
got every joke. It was
Yeah.
like we knew what they were doing.
Yeah.
To me, it felt like a natural progression from like Evil Dead or Army of Darkness
Yeah.
style
Yeah.
of movie.
It's campy and
it's
fun.
it's campy, but it's all again. It goes back to what you were saying a second ago about liking Planet of the Apes movies. It's like it's ridiculous. It's a predator from space coming in and like, but at the same time. Here's
Yeah.
all these funny characters, great dialogue between them. They all have their little roles that they're playing. The music was spot on.
Fantastic.
And like I just thought, aside from maybe overuse of CG, which didn't come till the later half.
Yeah, and that was unfortunate, but yeah.
I think the first half is much better. Even though I really dislike the whole like plot sort of conceit of like the child sort of like summoning the predator. I thought that was like kind of like something you don't necessarily need to do because surely if it's a direct sequel to the actual Predator film, they would already have knowledge of Earth or like want to sort of like examine like the warriors that killed the original Predator in the first place. So I feel like that's kind of like a convenience that's unnecessary to some degree. But like I feel like that first half was a lot more entertaining than the second half because like I don't want to spoil it. I don't know, but like when like the second sort of like I guess villain appears, like that was kind of when I was in the trailer. When the second Predator comes in, it's like. All right, I don't know. It just sort of like it had little steam for me, and then I lost all of it by the second half. So, but anyway, I'll let you guys get on to some other calls now. Sorry for taking so much time.
Oh no, thank you,
all
man.
good,
Great
Rambo.
call.
All right, thanks for your call.
Quote the Raven, eat
No
my
worries.
shorts. This is that Bart Simpson.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
All right, we got next on the line. Nope, not in. Yeah, okay. All right, join call.
Join call.
Is that
Did we
D-
already
what-
talk about? No.
No,
I thought we. I thought we.
And
clicked
yeah.
this one.
Yo,
Yo, sharp and clear. Damn, I
hello,
love
hold
how
on, let me
fast
just mute the
this is.
stream real quick.
Damn, on top of it,
Oh
bro.
man,
Yes, handsome.
Yo.
What's up?
thank you
Yo.
so much for taking my call. I have so much to say.
Good.
I have too much to
This
say.
kid's on it. I like it.
Hell yeah. First of all, well, again, thanks for
I'm
taking
gonna
my
check out
call.
his room. I'm gonna get close. You can keep talking.
Oh yeah, go ahead and enjoy. If you want to, like, if you have a question about anything, I can totally tell you what it is, dude.
Behind the poster, the fucking skate company.
Yeah,
dude.
so right next to it, I have a Splatoon poster as well and a Mario Kart 8 poster.
Shadow of the Colossus poster.
Shadow of the Colossus, the HD remake. I have a
Hell yeah,
bunch
dude.
of shit in my room. But yeah.
Nice.
Anyways, I'm so excited for
No.
game days this year. It's gonna be my second year going.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, as soon as you guys announced Pro ZD, I was like, funny story. Last year when he was at Anime Expo, I went to go see him at his little meet and greet, and I told him because he tweeted about you guys that you should totally go to Mega64 game days. So now here we are a year later, and he's a guest. So
Wow. Yeah,
that's
you
super
probably
cool.
helped. In all honesty, because when we contacted him about it, he immediately knew. He was like, "Yeah, no, I know, and I'm good."
Yeah.
And it was like, oh, like we didn't have to sell him on it very
Yeah.
much, which was awesome because
Yeah.
I thought it would be a little.
I have a water somewhere.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, when I first told him about it, he wasn't sure. He said all he knew that it was Disney. It was at Disneyland. So I think when I was talking to him about it, he
Oh, yeah,
thought
he
it was
knew.
going to be at Disneyland, but I didn't know if he knew about the whole day one or kind of thing.
Cool. Okay. Well, either way, it worked out. So
Yeah, I'm really excited.
stoked.
Anyways, I have a quick question for you guys.
yeah.
So, what is one thing? It could be like a music, or it could be a band, or like a show or a movie that you were really into when you were younger. So like adolescence, or even like younger than that, that you're kind of embarrassed of now, or that you kind of look
I
back
could
at
speak
it
to
as a
one
bad
that
thing.
we all taught. Me, Derek, and Sean.
Mm-hmm.
We had a meeting earlier this morning. We had to write some stuff, and so we met a little early. And we all agreed on this one thing because they put out a new video today, Weezer.
Oh yeah,
They put out a music video today, and it was like,
yeah.
okay.
I have a huge CD collection, and every now and then I have it in chronological order from when I got it. So dating back to like 2003,
Oh, I know my answer.
I look back at like a shit ton of Weezer things, and I'm just like, yeah, this. I don't want these. I got Ratitude for like my 13th birthday, and I look back at it, and I'm like, this. I
well,
don't need this.
I guess I shouldn't say I still love their first two albums. Those are still classic. Don't get me wrong. So I can't say I'm embarrassed of that. I'm sure there's something more embarrassing that I can't think of, but but it's something that I definitely turned on. I should
Right.
say. So anyway.
I know Sean was really into like something corporate back in
Yeah.
like 2003,
He would be
and then
embarrassed
he's
about
mentioned
that.
it. Yeah, he's mentioned it before that he's like really embarrassed about that. It doesn't hold up.
Something like I wouldn't say I'm embarrassed because anything I liked, it got me like I enjoyed it and I had
Yeah.
happiness from it. But something I'm not into anymore is ska music. But like ska is how I kind of found the Aquabats, which led me to Mega64 and all this other stuff. But like,
But I've come around on ska to
Right.
where now some of it I can love.
Yeah.
I
Well,
can't.
there's good ska and bad.
Oh man, it's like the stuff I was way into. Like the stuff I'm embarrassed about is like I listening to like Mustard Plug or the Toasters.
Oh, okay.
Any stuff that's like
Yeah.
very like skank it up, guys, skank it by
Yeah,
numbers
I
every
never
day you
listened to
do.
that.
Gotta skank, skank.
I was
skank,
just in a
skank.
Real Big Fish.
Yeah, like that walks the line, you know. But then like there's great shit like I can't really listen to it, but like Streetland Manifesto is like great. That's art. And then there's like Arrogant Sons of Bitches, Bomb the Music Industry, which kind of outgrew it and went in its own direction.
Yeah.
Aquabats outgrew ska. All these bands outgrew it. But like yeah, in 9th grade, I exclusively listened to like ska music and chiptune.
Oh, yeah.
Which is like stuff I don't actively listen to anymore, but it you know it pushed me to the next level. So that's like the thing. And then you know what? I watched every Woody Allen film and I got a lot out of it, so I can't say I'm embarrassed about it. But that's over.
Yeah. What about for you, Brian?
For me, yeah, I think a lot of the the new metal music that I tried to like
Oh, yeah.
experiment into.
You used to have long hair.
Yeah, I had like long hair, whatever. I'm not embarrassed by anything. It's just like I didn't know what to listen to, so I would just listen to whatever my friends were listening to, and if I liked what they were playing, then I would actually adopt it. Otherwise, like, I remember my friends were all listening to Radiohead, and I only liked one album. The only one I had that I really enjoyed was Pablo Honey, and everybody was like into OK Computer, and like this was when it was coming out. You know, at the same time, like people were getting into Interpol and all of that. I was just like, yeah, I heard it, I understand it, but I'm not into it. But new metal is what I got like super into that. So like Mudvayne, Disturbed, Spineshank, Crossbreed, like all this music that I go back and listen to now, and I'm just like, this is nothing.
Yeah.
This is like so dust in the wind. Like it's just consuming because it was there. But it led me to know what I like, because now I know what I don't want to listen to anymore. Drowning Pool is another one, Papa Roach. But there were so many things from it that were fun. And likewise, you had a band like Linkin Park, who maybe I didn't like much after their first album, you know, but they went on to do their own style of music. Same thing with Incubus. That was another band that came out when I was like, yeah, this isn't my style. And that's kind of what took me out of being in that scene as well. I'm like, yeah, if this is where this is, I'm not into this music. I need to find something I'm into. So,
Right.
Do you remember when Mudvayne came to the Video Music Awards and they wore like nice white suits or whatever they wore, but then they had makeup like they had like bullet holes through their head?
yeah,
Do you remember that?
Yeah, they were weird, man. Like
I was never into them, but I thought that was a cool gag.
it was cool. Like their first album, like was fucking raw. Like, don't get me wrong. Joey Starr, I'm gonna shit on that. Iowa by Slipknot sucks. In the chat, you said Iowa is good. Listen, nothing was better than Slipknot's first album, which was self-titled. Nothing was better than Mudvayne's first album, which was LD50. Those two albums for me when I was a kid were like, man, repeat all summer from 1998 through to like fucking like summer of 99. I was so into those forever. Deep Cover Gecko in the chat says Stone Sour, bro. Dude, I'll take you one step further. Talk a little bit about fucking Murder Dolls. Last time I was in Texas, we got into a Uber, and the guy was like, hey, what do you guys want to listen to? And they happened to be playing a Stone Sour song because I knew what it was.
Damn.
Man, I felt bad for that driver because I dropped to him every single bit of knowledge I knew about Slipknot and all their side acts, purposefully because I was riding with Eric, and I knew that it would make him feel completely out of place and awkward. And so I just went on and like, yeah, we got there and it was like, all right, man, yeah, thanks for the ride. And Eric's like, that guy's probably thinking, what the fuck did I just get myself into? What is this shit? So Slipknot, Stone Sour, and new metal for me.
Oh yeah.
How about any like movies or I guess TV shows or anything?
Of what?
Nothing.
No, like it's like everything I
dude,
did.
I was embarrassed though?
No, like I got into
Yeah.
phases, but like I was way into wrestling as a kid. But like as a kid, that's fucking great. Like I'm not embarrassed.
Yeah, yeah.
by it.
Dude, oh no, I got one. There was a time where they would put Power Rangers reruns on the Family Channel, Fox,
Oh, yeah.
Fox Family, and then afterwards was S Club 7, and I would just keep watching
Yeah.
because it was just like this goofy ass pop star show, and I don't know why I got addicted to it, so I watched it every week. That was kind of
Yeah,
weird. Like, why was I watching that?
I did stuff like that too. Like when I would say, especially when I was like 17 to like 22, I just watched Disney Channel original shows. Phil of the Future, Corey in the House, That's
Yeah.
So Raven, Lizzie McGuire, Even Stevens, Kim Possible. Like I watched every single one of those shows. I learned the ins and outs of how Disney Channel runs their productions. I know that Kim Possible is an exception because it got a 4th season. Disney Channel shows only get 3.
Whoa.
Yeah, the reason why I bring this up, back when I was in middle school, I was really, really into Invader Zim, but then
yeah.
Oh,
around
yeah.
the time. But like when I got to high school, I thought like maybe it wasn't that good. I was kind of
you just
embarrassed.
wrote it.
Like
That's
I have a
cool.
lot of Invader Zim stuff. Let me pick up I actually have like a GUR like flag right up there.
Oh,
Nice.
cool.
That's super old. A lot of the stuff on my wall, like that blind poster is 17 years old,
Dude, that's
and like
sick
that.
as fuck now.
Yeah,
That grew into it.
back in middle school, like me and all my friends were really into like getting really into movies. We were watching anything, like a bunch of stuff. Like we went to go see the There Will Be Blood in theaters.
Nice.
We were like 11, yeah, like
Oh,
11
how
or 12 and
embarrassing.
stuff like that. Yeah, it was really weird. No, that's not embarrassing, but like at the time before Netflix, we all really had to like buy DVDs still, and then kind of like share it around to show other people movies. So that was like the easiest way we had access to them. And I was looking through a lot of the DVDs, and at the time there was a lot of really weird unrated cuts, and I wanted to show you guys a couple. One in particular that I actually got the day of release. When I turned 14, I made my grandma drive me to Best Buy so I could go get it.
Hell
And I had
yeah.
to ask for them because it wasn't on the shelf yet.
I did that
so you had
with
to go to
my-
the back and get it.
Yeah.
I kid you not, day of release.
No.
Yeah. So shit like this is
Anyways. I went. My grandmother, who doesn't speak English, I walked with her to Borders to buy Scarface on DVD when they like, did the like, special edition. And I had my
Wow.
grandma buy Scarface.
Oh, 'cause you can buy it on your own.
No, I was a little kid.
Oh, yeah.
But man, Brian De Palma's Scarface.
Brian De Palma's
Brian De
Scarface.
Palma.
I remember. I think I watched that when I was like 12.
Yeah.
Such a good movie.
They said Dr. Ryan's
Got too many callers.
I don't
Gotta-
see
Too many
him.
callers.
Yeah,
dude.
too many callers going down the list. Get in line. All right. What up? But this guy called yesterday.
Yeah, we gotta
Sorry.
move on. Sorry.
I'm sorry.
We'll call you another time. I love you.
Shouts out.
Shouts
Well,
out. All
I
right.
feel like we did that too.
Yeah, come on, next people. There you
I
That
don't
looks.
know. I'm gonna keep going.
Okay.
Yeah. That person already hung up. That guy hung up. Yeah, so we're going through. All right.
There you go.
Should I try it?
Yeah, go for it. Do video, yeah. What up, yo? Welcome. You are
Hey,
Oh
what's up,
shit!
man?
Do we wake you up?
Oh, wasn't. Wasn't.
Yo, but look,
Hey.
like,
Yo, but look, man, but look.
I was sitting here watching the stream, and I was like, after the last caller with the very wonderful waiting joke at the end of it, I was like, all right, I'm gonna give it one more and see if I'm picked if
Well,
I'm going to sleep.
If you think that's watching the stream, I feel sorry for you. Anyway, what's up? What was your question?
Oh man, I got lots to talk about, but I'll try to keep it brief because I know
Okay, that's what I like to hear.
there's a line. Basically, I probably want to talk about in the local area that you guys are in. Frank, probably is a question for you to probably answer. Where do you normally go if you want to get like retro games or like kind of like games that you want to pick up?
Honestly, well, the one spot legitimately is great is Book Off. Book Off is a chain of Japanese, like, there's like Japanese used games. It's bookstores for like, you can get books for $1, PlayStation games for like $2.
Yeah, Japanese games, it doesn't look like they really carry anymore. The last time I went,
Yeah.
they were gone. Yeah,
Yeah.
and they
But-
Kevin asked about it, and they said that they weren't selling.
I never.
So they don't have that, it sounds like.
I never was on the train. I never made it out to Book Off in the past few years. I don't think I've ever been until this year, and I feel like I kind of fucked up because like I went and I'm like, I don't know what you guys are talking about. It's a resale store. And then every time I keep hearing from people, yeah, they really like rolled back this section, or they stopped
Yeah.
really doing this, or now they
Yeah.
move more towards that, and they don't have as many of the figures, or they don't have as much of this, and I'm like, oh, that really sucks. But you know what? On the other hand, Kobe's swap meet in San Diego.
Ooh, yeah.
Check that out.
Kobe Swap Meet. We're good. Hey, we're friends with those guys.
Oh, yeah.
Kobe Swap Meet. It's really funny because we did like our Assassin's Creed video at that swap meet.
Yeah.
Without asking them, we just showed. We were like, "There's a swap meet. Let's go film." And we did it. And I got contacted by the owner of Kobe's after that got like 7 million views.
Yeah.
And he's like, and it was this is one of my favorite emails I've ever gotten. It was, "Hey, I know you filmed at our swap meet. Why didn't you show the sign? Bring people to Kobe's swap meet. Shoot something else here, but show the sign." And we went, okay. So we shot our Fallout video,
Yeah.
which that got a ton, like 1 million views.
Yeah.
And we put a shot in where you definitely see Kobe swap meet. Even before filming and all that stuff, we love Kobe Swap Meet. I've gone there since I was a kid.
Yeah.
I would find Star Wars figures there that I couldn't find anywhere else.
Anywhere else.
It's like, what? Oh, yeah, a rare like slave Leia. Okay, no one else has that. I'm buying it here.
I found a Halliburton case there once for $50.
Oh my gosh.
And I was just like, what am I gonna do with a Halliburton case? And really, it was smart not to buy it, but at the same time, a Halliburton case cost like anywhere between $1,500 to $3,000. I would have had the most secure case for $50.
Yeah.
Like now, I wish I had a better briefcase. Shit about that. I also found a American flag with 48 stars. original
Whoa, before
for like
Hawaii and Alaska.
$20 or $30. But again, it was just like, what am I gonna do with it? I'm not gonna show it the respect that it deserves and display it in a way that's gonna be really cool because it's a big ass flag. So
Use it as like a shower curtain.
But Kobe Swap Meet actually is what birthed Storage Wars. One of the guys there, the guy who goes yit or whatever it is, like two of those guys every Sunday for 14 years have a booth there. I think I met them and didn't know it was them. They have the booth that's closest to like Phil's Barbecue Catering. Yeah, like Dr. Ryan. That's it.
Honestly, like I like checking out Book Off or any random places because it's fun to browse. You just find random stuff. Yeah. But if there's something specific, I just go to eBay. Like today, I bought Matt Hoffman's BMX2, or sorry, Matt Damon's BMX2 off eBay for $10. Just eBay, sort by buy it now. I look if something, make sure it has the case, and that's it. It's just clean and simple. But there's something like Kevin and I go to Book Off all the time and look for random PS1 games. But if you have something specific, just go to eBay. You can also check Amazon. But if you want to find something more recent and you want to get a good deal on it, you got to follow Cheap Ass Gamer on Twitter.
Hell yeah.
Follow at Video Games.
Don't worry,
on
I'm
Twitter.
all about it.
Video game
All right,
deals
making
on
sure.
All right, thanks for your call.
Thank you. Good call.
All right, guys,
Good
take-
night.
Awesome.
Okay.
Simple and
See
clean.
who else we got here.
Frankenstein in Anaheim is a fun place to collect books,
Frankenstein,
too. It's fun. It's kind of shitty, but that's the charm of it.
Exactly. I went there once. I probably said
I'm
this
hitting the
before.
head. So
Hell yeah, what up?
What up?
Oh, sorry.
Oh,
I
fuck.
didn't mean to cut you off.
Hey, what's up?
Yo,
Ben.
Ben.
What up, Ben? Welcome to Zion, Ben.
What you been doing?
Hey, what's up?
Where you been?
How you been?
Mr. Mega64. Hello.
So we went to
What? You got like a crowd?
Are you
with
taking
you?
your desktop computer
had
out with
friends?
you? How are you talking us out in the wild? You got a long extension cord?
I got a little something for you guys. It's a little invention called a smartphone, baby.
Whoa.
Where you
So-
at?
They were asking.
Did you guys get in and out?
Is this Pokemon Go?
Yeah.
Are we Pokemon?
I got book style.
What
it was
the
pretty
fuck?
good.
Yes.
But,
Did anybody in the crowd get it Yankee style?
my boyfriend got Yankee style. He said it was all right. I'm gonna do a food review later,
Okay.
and I'll
Okay.
keep you guys updated on that. But so I'm talking to Mr. 64.
Fuck yeah.
All right. So
Okay.
I got a question for y'all.
Okay.
What is the first dream that you guys ever remember having? Like the the earliest dream.
I definitely know that I had a dream about when I was really young. The first dream I can remember was a scary dream that I was sitting there. I was sitting outside our house, and there was a giant bloody dog, like a dog that it was like a big giant dog that blood was just running down, and I ran to tell my parents, like, I saw a bloody dog,
Jesus.
and they made jokes about that for 20 years. I mean,
That sounds like some Cujo, like
yeah.
Stephen King
To this
shit.
day, I'll tell if I say like, man, I had a weird dream. They'll be like, was there a bloody dog? Like they remember that from when I was, a few years old.
Did they read you Clifford before you went to bed or something?
No.
The earliest dream I remember, I think I was like 2 years old, and something happened, and like my parents got a divorce, and then I just never woke up. Little joke. Ryan got that immediately. I talked about I posted this on Twitter and I think on a podcast, but like, not specifically dreams, but I remember as a kid getting really sick, and like whenever I'd have a fever, the whole room would be stretching, and like my mom would look like a giant. I said this on the podcast, but like those are the earliest like dream memories where I would just be hallucinating, and that Alice in Wonderland syndrome fucked me up as a kid. But
I remember seeing you post it.
Yeah.
I never experienced that, but I've had friends who experienced it, and they said it was terrifying, and I was
Crazy.
Dang. My earliest dream, I'm trying to think, like, none of mine were really notable. I think the earliest dream I can remember is where, like, I think I could fly.
Whoa,
Yeah, I had a
that
lot of
sounds
flying
cool.
dreams too.
When I was younger, it was like, yeah, I'd be able to fly, and I could, like, it really felt like I was flying.
Me too, and then I would have the sensation of falling.
Yeah.
And that woke me up.
Oh,
I would be like, ah!
I still get that. I still fucking get that.
I haven't had that in probably
That would
20
happen
years.
to me. Man, this is something I haven't talked about or thought about. I would sleep through every high school class. I would sleep because I would just stay up all night playing World of Warcraft until 3 a.m.
Oh, shit.
Every fucking class, I would just be at my desk like this, and I'm sure at least one point in the period, I would jolt up and like kick out.
Oh my gosh.
But I would always do my homework and get A's, so my teachers would let me. But I would sleep through every fucking class. But I had an iPod and I had headphones and I had a hoodie, so I would be listening to chiptune and ska music. Well, I was a fucking cool kid in high school.
I remember having weird dreams. Like when I used to work overnight as a valet on Friday and Saturday nights, I would go to work, clock in at like 11:30. I worked at a condo complex, so when they closed was when all of the people went to sleep. So I was just there overnight, and I would sleep, but very half-assed. So when I'd get home, I'd be in this weird like awake asleep state, and I would have the most vivid but always catastrophic dreams. So I just really
It's like the fucking Blair Witch
like
Project.
this.
What happened?
She became art.
I'm so scared right now. Jason!
Seriously, it looks like a painting.
I don't want to hang up. Yeah. This new member of the set.
This is Ode to Ben.
Holy Finn. Well, that was a good call. I like this out and about stuff.
Me too.
That was cool as shit.
Yeah, I think that calls.
All right, thanks, Ben. Pick
Ben.
up next time. What parking lot will you be at? That was a great call.
Yeah, we'll see where they've been.
That was
next
great.
time.
All right, we're going down. We're scrolling through.
Who's this?
Kathleen Noir. What up?
Oh, I was picked.
Yo, what up? You got picked.
Yo, you don't
Come on down.
you don't
You're the
sound
next
like-
contestant
you
on the
don't sound like
Mega64 after show. Kind of, whatever this is called.
What up, Kathleen Noir?
What's up?
You don't sound like
You gotta sound
Noir.
like this. I remember that the day it happened, she came into my office with a proposal. What if we scheme my husband out of an insurance policy? I said I don't do that. My boss, he's got a little man inside of his heart. I should have trusted that instinct. You know, you gotta put a little spin on it, a little double indemnity.
Throw a little bit of the Dutch on it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. The first thing right away is I want to thank Brian. A couple of weeks ago, I asked. We were talking about how I'm struggling with making my own videos, and I don't have the confidence to ask people on Craigslist to help me and things. And you said, just know what you want.
Yeah.
And so I took that to heart, and big shout out to in the chat, Kevin the Kill. He's been helping me a lot with this.
Oh, hell yeah.
He's just helping me get like my shit together, saying like, this is what we need, this is what we have to do, this is what we need to do it.
Hell yeah.
Dude,
so big thank you, Brian, for that.
Sound
'cause
like
if you didn't
Kevin
do
Smith
that,
and
I would've
Scott
done
Mosier.
anything.
Sorry, what was that?
Well, it's just big thank you, because if you didn't say that, I probably wouldn't have got off my ass and done anything with my time.
I'm glad I pushed you to do something that you wanted to do, because honestly, it's like, I think one of the biggest things that causes people the majority of their anxiety is knowing they want to do something and not knowing how to do it.
Yeah.
Or knowing that there's something more that they want, but again, not knowing how to get it, not knowing how to achieve it, not knowing how to even take the first step. And I feel like it's always this fear of like, well, what if I waste my time with that first step? But it kind of goes back to the biggest, to like the big theme that I've been bringing up over and over throughout just the calls tonight. Like, when you make that first step, you start to learn what the things are that don't work. So you avoid those things. Now you have a more clear vision. So the only way you'll know if something works is if you try to make it work. And like, if it doesn't work, try to make it work in a different way. And if that doesn't work, you try a different way. I mean, I think a great example of that is Mythbusters. They have their myth that they're trying to prove, whether it's real or not. They 100% try to keep it as faithful to the original myth as they can, but then they also know that they have to replicate what the myth is. So that they, so they have to go through these processes of like, okay, well, here's what we can expect. Let's plan it out. Let's see what the likely outcomes are. Now we know that this is what happens in terms of the original like the original parameters of the myth. But now let's actually try to make it happen. And that's when they start completely breaking the myth apart. And I know this sounds like I'm rambling, but the idea is that you're always going to have this idea of how something is going to look, and it comes at you. I have this project, I have this thing that I'm trying to do, and just try to apply it. Try to make it look like what you think it should. And along the way, if it doesn't look that way, keep adding things to it or taking things away from it to make it look that way, and don't quit until you do. I mean, it's one of those things, I think, that most people know what they want, but they're afraid of asking other people to help them do it because they feel like they're getting in the way. Mm-hmm. But you have to recognize how often people ask you to help and think about, well, shit, if I'm this willing to help people, they're probably this willing to help me. And if not, there's honestly nothing wrong with being like, we can't help each other and that's okay. It doesn't have to be a personal or emotional. Most things aren't. But the reason why you end up making business connections and making long-term relationships is because you and that person end up finding a way to communicate. And once you can communicate, boom, 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 boom. And it's always working. It's always working at it. It's like, okay, that didn't work. How do I get this person to understand it? Like, never giving up because you know what? I know what I'm trying to, like, for instance, there'll be conversations I have with Frank where I'm like, I know what I'm trying to say and I know I'm not getting it out there right. Let me ask him, do you want, like, so I start asking questions to him. Does that make sense? Like, I'm trying to say this. Is that what's coming across? And he'll be like, yes or no, and then adjust. And that's a conversation. There's no right or wrong party. It's two parties trying to communicate. Always. Even right now, even though I'm doing the majority of talking, that's what we're doing. And I think go ahead.
Yeah, I just felt it was a big help because before, when I'd ask my friends to help me with videos, I always felt pressured to just hurry the fuck up, and I was wasting their time. And I don't want to be here. I'm just gonna get this in the can. I don't care if it's garbage. But now it's like, okay, know what you want, and if I know that, I can get it.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Good.
I was gonna say I do like using the anachronism. Get this in the can, because back in the days, if we get into filled canister, maybe today we can say get this in the card. It's all digital. Everything
get it
of
on
that.
the card.
So we gotta get this in the card.
We're a big fan. Me and Derek and Sean say record. Are you recording? You know, because that's what you do. You hit record. Now we say, are you cording?
Yeah.
And we just shorten it.
Cording.
You hit that rec?
Yeah. What's his name? Joseph Gordon-Levitt started a company called like Hit Record.
Yeah.
Hit Record,
That's
baby.
every video he goes, are we recording?
Hit record.
Camera, I'm recording.
Hit record. So get that in the card. That's the good motto. Hell yeah, dude. Make it happen. If you're doing shorts or vids, feel free to tweet it at us when you finish.
During that same week when Brian gave me that advice, I suggested a movie to you, Frank. Sam was here. I don't know if you ever saw it. I sent you a YouTube
it had a 4
link.
out of 10 on IMDb, so did not look further into that.
Listen, pal. It's my favorite movie because I wish I made it. It's so cool.
What movie?
Sam Was Here.
Maybe you'll find something that you'll appreciate about it.
No, I heard that was Ebert's last movie.
Yeah.
And he went, fuck it.
LCJ gave it an F on the Kid Critic Report card.
No, LCJ gave it an A. That means it's not good.
Dr. Ryan gave it 4 stars on his letterbox.
Yeah.
Dr. Ryan said it was his favorite film.
All right, Ryan Reed, watch Sam Was Here, and then if Ryan hates it, then I'll watch it.
Yeah, if Ryan says that sucked, I'm in.
All right, Ryan. Sam Was Here.
We got to get a proper read on it.
Oh man,
we need a read review.
Read review, yeah.
Read view.
Hit read view.
All right.
Sam Was Here.
All right, thank you.
Thanks for having me.
Good call,
I'll talk to you
dude.
later.
That was a fun call.
That was
Let's talk to. Who else is here? I'm gonna shuffle it up.
Let's do it.
Oh,
Shuffle the
wait,
cards.
Ryan's
It's like
here.
when I go to Chick-fil-A. Booyah! Hell yeah! Fuck you!
What a
Ryan!
great start.
Pick up your phone.
It's like we're a patient on his table.
Ew.
Yeah.
Hello, I'm here for your appointment.
Hi, this is what I sound like. Hello there, my future girlfriend. This is what I sound like. What up?
I thought we were friends.
We are friends. We're best friends.
Yeah, we're using your scale to determine what movies you like. We're judging by the Sergeant Bilko scale.
Yeah, the Rita meter.
Look, Sergeant Bilko was a funny movie, and like I got it for free on VHS, and I like
Steve Martin.
I'm gonna link Ryan's
I
letterbox.
give it 3.5 stars. Like, what more? What is that bad?
No, like what you like. I fucking love it.
Yeah, we're judging on the down Periscope chart.
Down Periscope. Okay, wait, hold on. Let's go.
Get your VHS collection.
Take me to the Take you guys to the VHS collection here.
Uh-oh.
Oh shit.
Oh shit.
Wow.
Neighborhood
Here we
Film
go.
Club.
Oh
my god.
There it is. The year's movies right
So,
there.
wait, where's
65.
Down Periscope, starring.
Yeah, ready to go.
And,
Oh my
and
God.
Look, it's a great movie. I'm pretty sure there's some good quotes on the back of the
What's
box.
that WWF tape? That's cool as shit.
That's King of the Ring.
Oh, I put that upside down. Shit. Wait, that needs to be correct. All right, sorry about that. I just needed.
No, it's all good.
No, we got it settled.
Anyway. Oh, hey, wait. Before I get to my question, I want to show off. I got my Big Dog shirt.
Yes!
Fuck yeah.
Yes!
Big Dog Nurse, your butt is mine. What?
What?
What the hell?
So that's the real shirt.
That's excellent. Fuck yeah, Big Dog Nation. That's awesome. I found a Big Dog shirt. They didn't have it in my size. I can't wait to get it. The Big Dog shirt is called Sign Fetch.
Oh my god.
Oh no, I think I've seen that.
It's the cast
So
of Seinfeld,
good.
but it says Sign Fetch. There's Newman, but instead of Newman, it's Schumann.
So good.
Sign Fetch.
So what was Elaine's name?
I don't know. I'm gonna post that picture on Twitter right now. Just so people can see it. Sign Fetch. It's fucking cool.
Oh yeah. Matrix Released.
If anyone wants to pick up a good Big Dog shirts for game days, they have on clearance right now. Dead Dogs Tell No Tales for only $5.
Oh, I might have to pick that up.
Hell yeah. Dead Dogs Tell No Tales.
Dude, imagine if just 300 people rolled into fucking Disneyland all wearing Big Dog shirts.
Yeah, I just tweeted the Sign Fetch picture. Elaine Bassett, Schumann, Posmo Kramer, George Caspaniel.
George Caspaniel.
Oh, that's terrible.
Sign Fetch. It's fucking cool. Anyways,
so I had a question, which is, let me take you over to my other one of my fucking media collections in my house. So, I was wondering, with how like everything's going nowadays, like I've got all these DVDs that I barely ever watch, but I can't get rid of.
Sure.
Do you think keeping all of this shit is actually like I love all of the stuff I have? What?
if it doesn't make you happy, get rid of it. If it makes you happy, keep it. I would say this is the Marie Kondo method. I talk about this, The Art of Decluttering. It's a Japanese book. It's excellent. I have OCD, so I needed this stuff. Go through all your DVDs hand by hand. Pick it up. Does this make you happy? Yes, keep it. If it doesn't make you happy, throw it away. So you don't need to keep all of it if you want to keep some of it. But I would say really like take everything off the shelf and just, do I need this? And if it makes you happy, keep it. If it doesn't make you happy, get rid of it.
So I like that, but the problem is that it does make me happy, and I'm worried I'm turning into like a weird like
old man. Yeah.
I'm just look, my apartment's dirty, but let me show you some. Like I just have sitting here. What?
I think this will help you out. Get rid of stuff that's actually trash.
Yeah.
Get rid of boxes. Whoa. Get rid of shit you don't use. But remember that people in the like when we were kids had libraries.
Oh my God.
In their own home, they would have a room with 4 or 5 bookshelves with like just books. Media now switched to DVD and Blu-ray, and now it's completely gone in some cases. But I think having physical shelves of stuff, if you are a consumer of media, it's natural. It's natural to have that. You know, like
I feel bad because I literally have a tub here with like every single Nintendo system in it and no place to put it. And maybe I'm just like, maybe I need to buy more shelves and I just haven't gotten around to it. But I just feel bad that I have all this shit and nowhere to put it. And it's like, am I just like this weird hoarder now? Like I just have.
You got to ask yourself why you're holding on to a lot of that shit. Most people hold on to stuff because it's a form of security. It's like, well, what if I need that? Well, what is the likelihood that you will? Like, yeah, hey, somewhere at my parents' house, My original NES with all my beloved games are sitting in a box that I haven't looked at in about 7 years. And yeah, right now it's still metaphysically in my possession, because if I wanted to, I could go dig it out of somewhere and find all of it. But in the 10 years, and then before that, who knows how long before I put it into that spot, when did I pull it out once to play a Nintendo game? And when I did want to play a Nintendo game, how did I actually go about playing it? I downloaded it on my 3DS, my Wii U, or my Switch, and played that way. So it's like, oh, if I really, 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 really want something, I'll find it, and if I can't get it, it doesn't really affect my life that much. Like, oh shit, my original copy of Zelda with the case and gold and everything, I would love to have that on display somewhere. But I enjoyed the game more than I did the box and everything. So man, if I never see that again, I still played Zelda Ocarina of Time like 25 times. And it's here. It's part of me. Like what we were saying to everybody beforehand. So it's like, yeah, it'd be great to be able to play it, but I'd also love to go back to the jungle gym when I was in kindergarten and sit on those swings. Have you ever done that? You do it and you're like, yeah.
Weird, yeah.
Man, all right. Well, I gotta fucking pay for shit, so let me leave. Like, I gotta go work, or I got stuff that's way more important to me now.
I got all this paperwork to do.
Yeah, and there are things that in my life now bring me way more joy than all of the things that I kept behind and kept holding on to and put in a box somewhere and hid, and then I find it and I'm like, oh, yeah, now I have to figure out where to fucking put this so that I keep it, but I didn't even think about it for 20 years, so yeah, maybe I should just toss this because I didn't think about it. It's like, it's kind of the same separation I think we have when somebody close to us like dies or moves away. It's like, at first you're like, oh man, fuck. But then you realize that you've spent a certain amount of time without their presence, and it's like, well, life changes.
Yeah.
Like today I realized I spent more of my life taller than my parents than I did shorter.
Whoa.
I'm at the point in my life where I've spent more of it taller than them than I was shorter, but I still in stature believe they're bigger. Right? Like that's your perception.
Yeah, honestly.
But I've been taller than my parents because I made a comment where they were like, "Oh, it was back when we were taller than you," and I'm like, yeah, "It hasn't been that way for a while, guys." And they're like, "Yeah, it has." I'm like, "Guys, it's been like I got taller than you when I was in the 8th grade."
Yeah.
I was 12 or 13, so like that's 20 years ago.
So what you're saying is I probably don't need the 100 copies of every single Fox Kids magazine I still have in my closet.
Especially shit like that. All the comics I collected, all of the there's certain things I don't think I'll ever get rid of Civil War because I got first release issues of Civil War except for one. The original run of certain single issues of Batman.
I have all of No Man's Land. I want to keep that. I haven't read it in 10 years. But I know exactly where it is. It's like,
yeah, board that, box it if it's not already. That's a display. That's something that hey, plus it is a great series, and I from time to time go back and revisit graphic novels. But that's what Frank was saying. If it's something you love, then you're gonna want to go back and visit it and find it. And a lot of the VHS I had don't have access to and don't watch them anymore. Dude, the fucking all those FHE tapes, Family Home Entertainment tapes.
Yeah.
Wild Puffalumps or whatever they were called. Man, I watched that shit on repeat. I have not watched that shit in 20 years.
Scarface.
Shouts out Wild Puffalumps. I think that's what they're called.
Dude, I don't know. Now I'm getting real sad. It's just I'm looking around my apartment. I'm like, man, I got.
No, honestly, it's probably $10 on Amazon. Just look up The Art of Decluttering on Amazon. It's a great book. There's mental health stuff in there too. Just read through it, and then just take a pass and declutter some stuff. You don't have to get rid of everything, but just really look at some things. I guess I don't need this.
Yeah.
Again, keep the stuff that makes you happy and stoked to think about. But yeah, if you haven't thought about your Fox Kids magazines, get rid of.
Especially shirts. Yeah. Like for me,
Oh, dude, I got like about 5 boxes of shirts that I need to bring down to Salvation Army. Like,
Yeah, just get, you know, it's healthy. Like, do, you know, spring cleaning every now and then. Just like the Marie Kondo method. Really, what she says is like, take everything out of your closet. Everything out of your closet, pick it up. Am I gonna wear this? When's the last time I wore this?
Yep.
You know, and just all right. Like, there's 3 piles. Keep it. Like maybe and no. I mean, I think she says yes or no, but I'm so like precious.
Yeah.
I do a maybe.
Yeah.
But then when I look, all my yeses, boom, and then when I look at my maybes and no's, half of the maybes go into the no's.
Yeah.
You know, and then
Totally.
the other half of the maybes go in my closet and they stay for another year, and then the second pass I throw them away.
Yeah.
But it's just like, okay, doing that.
Yeah, my method is I'll cycle my shirts up the
Yep.
closet, so all my clean shirts go in the back, all my new shirts, and ideally for me, because I trust my style choices, ideally any shirt I pull off will go with something else I own, so I can basically, I don't have to think about my wardrobe. But if I skip it, there has to be a reason.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, oh hey, you know what? It's a long sleeve shirt. It's hot. Like right now, at the front of mine, for a while was this Iron Maiden shirt that I love, but I never wear it because it's a kid size, and so it just doesn't work.
Yeah.
Or like this shirt. Sometimes if I'm having like a fat day, yeah. But if I'm having a fat day, I can't wear this shirt because it gets too tight around my arms. Like, and it's just comfort. I can't wear it because of comfort. But when I'm not,
I thankfully got over the shirt thing. Like, I gave Rocco like probably 40 or 50 of my old Mega64 shirts I didn't need anymore.
Yeah, that's true. He gave me like his archive of all of them.
Oh wow.
Have them all.
That shit was hard to, but once I did that, like caring about like clothing was hard. It's media because I have this like hard part in me of like, if I throw all of those DVDs or magazines in the trash, that's something that no one will ever be able to look at again. And I guess that's just the
There'll
thing.
always be hardcore nerds you can buy them on eBay.
Take them, don't throw them away. Like, take them to whatever your equivalent of book off is, and let them give you whatever it is they'll give to you, and then whatever.
Which probably actually won't be that bad.
Yeah,
especially for DVDs. Whatever.
My brother
$1 a piece.
My brother traded in a bunch of like crap DVDs. He's like, I'll whatever, I'll get $5 and he got like 36.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, it's not bad.
I bet with your collection, you'll walk away with like, if you're pretty aggressive, you'll probably walk away with like a few hundred, like $200-300, because they'll give you $1 of Blu-ray basically.
I live in Southern Oregon, so my version of book off is the dump. But maybe I'll bring them down to Southern California.
Yeah, do that. Book off is fun as hell.
Dude, whatever you don't give to book off at that point, it's just like, okay,
then just throw it away.
Just throw it away. Like you tried, or donate them to Salvation Army, because Salvation Army or thrift stores are always taking that stuff. You can get a write-off at least and put that in your taxes.
Ooh, yeah.
Same thing with your clothes. Like all of that shit, just it may not be a lot, but
I mean, like really, the fact that you're thinking about it is a sign that you should just do it.
Yeah.
Because like,
that's
man,
fair.
I'm not thinking about getting rid of my 4K TV because I use it every day. But
Yeah.
like, you know what I mean? But something I don't fucking touch. Yeah, you know, it's like if you're thinking about it, that shows that it's like what someone said earlier, you're anxious about it, but that means you're being challenged. And it's like every time you open your closet and you see those Fox Kids magazines, you're gonna think, man, I should throw those away. Maybe another day. One day you throw those away, and then when you open your closet, you're not wasting your time thinking about this problem. You're putting, you know, like it's just, when you start decluttering things from your life, you're able to focus on the things in your life that matter, and you just get happier. Like, it's just, again, read that book. You'll like it. It's just whittling shit down and just keeping the positive stuff in your life.
I like it.
You know, yeah, it's like, you know, it's just, but yeah, it's fun. Honestly, once you get into it, it's fun. It's really fun. I like it.
The way you process shit. Once you start doing it, it'll be like a game, and you'll just be like, oh, I don't need this.
You get way better at it. Way better.
It becomes something that you just like, you look at and you're like, yeah, I don't need this anymore, and then you just toss it. Like, and honestly, it's so nice because then you look at all this space and you're like, I didn't realize how cluttered this was just for my psyche. Like being able to just see less things makes me feel so at ease.
Yeah, when I moved to San Diego, I was able to leave so much shit behind.
Yeah.
And it's like, man, like, God, I was able to start small and it was excellent.
Yeah,
Like, moving was so beneficial. I know, like, you're not in that position, but honestly, pretend it. Hey, just fucking unplug everything, like really take everything out and then put stuff back in.
Yep.
Rearrange stuff. But that's what Matthew Bruce does. He will redecorate his like bedroom like every like few months and just really rechange it because it helps him like it helps his mental health. He gets better and he gets rid of shit he doesn't need.
Yeah, I should definitely do that.
Yeah.
Do
like
it pass every few months is something I just.
Or if it's like World of Warcraft, then you just upgrade and get a bigger bags with more slots, and then you can stash all your inventory and not worry.
So read the book that Frank told you to read, and then also look up George Carlin's stand-up specifically regarding stuff.
Stuff. That is, yeah.
Those two are like it's.
You ever think about it?
It's basically here's your choice of where you could be, and here's where you'll be if you continue down this path.
Look at all this stuff. I don't need all this stuff.
You never see a guy taking a shit at full speed.
You don't get on the plane. You get in the plane. What the fuck is this?
Can I ask one more quick question before we go?
Yeah.
Rocco, when we go to Buca de Beppo, when I win this Aquabat contest, what are you getting?
Food poisoning.
You're paying.
Not even entertaining that.
Thank you, Ryan.
If we go to Buca de Beppo, Ryan's
Buca de
paying.
Beppo. Buca de Beppo. Hey, this year for the Christmas cast, I thought we said we're gonna do stuff we love. I'm gonna eat Buca de Beppo on the Christmas cast.
Ooh,
I'm so happy.
I won't stand for that.
That'd be great.
I'm so happy.
Oh, Tina Dayton, Big Dog. What up?
Hello.
Hello.
What up?
Hi, I gotta mute the stream so I can hear you guys.
How's it going in Texas?
It's going well. Ooh, this was like the last time I was like, if I don't get it in the next one, I'm gonna head to bed. So.
Damn, dude.
Yeah. Catching everybody.
Well, thanks for
at the
calling
right
in.
time.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Yeah. I had two things. One, I want to thank Rocco because for the Faircast, I know you picked out the Blackpink song.
Oh, yeah.
And that's gotten me like into K-pop.
Oh,
which my best
wow.
friend loves. So I'm happy that I at least have like something that we can kind of talk about in the K-pop world. So Blackpink's pretty great.
Awesome. Well, that was just because every we always try to pick like the pop song of the summer to put in those Faircast intros, but every big hit this summer sucked.
Yeah.
But then I found that Blackpink song. It was like, oh, well, this is full of energy. Like, let's do that song. I think that was a good. I think we chose well on that because that was a good song and it introduced me to that too.
Yeah, right.
I never heard them before, so.
Yeah, I guess they had gone on like a multi-year hiatus, and that was their first song back.
Oh,
and
that's
it just,
cool.
Like, blew up.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Awesome.
That was the only
Very
song
cool.
by them I knew. But I mean, I loved K-pop back in 2008.
They've done like songs in like almost every genre.
Oh wow.
It's really cool if you start listening to like some of their other stuff.
Yeah. I'll check it
And
out.
then my question for you guys, just out of curiosity, is like I feel like a lot of times now like games and movies are either reboots or like sequels instead of like new IPs. Is there any like series, either TV show or video games or anything that you guys would love a new like either a sequel or a reboot of?
I don't think they ever will because they tried it in 2005, but I would love a new Final Fight. I don't think they ever will, but I love that world so much.
Yeah.
I want more Final Fight. Like, but it's again, it's so hard to do a new beat 'em up. I get it, but man, Final Fight, I love.
She said game or a movie.
Yeah, a movie. Yeah.
I was just thinking about this the other day. If I could take, there's a million dream things, like in a million, like if I won the lottery, or, if they handed me Star Wars, would I love to make a Star Wars? Yeah, hell yeah. It's a boy's dream. Okay, great, whatever. But a realistic thing that like no one else is doing. That right now, if I could walk into a studio and pitch a remake or a reboot of this thing that I would do that I know no one else is interested is Flight of the Navigator.
What is that?
It was an 80s Disney movie about a kid being in some facility and finding an alien spacecraft that they're studying. Yeah. And he takes it and flies off. It's just a kid and a spaceship. And he ends up becoming friends with the spaceship. The spaceship has like a sentient thing in it. Voiced by, I think it's Paul Rubens. I think it's Pee Wee Herman.
Really?
I think.
I think you're right.
Compliance. Maybe I'm wrong on that, but
you're right, Paul Rubens.
Yeah.
Is it? Yeah, and
you're totally
it's
right.
a kid and his spaceship just flying around and having adventures, and something happens to him where he ends up being like time passes different.
Yeah.
And so like his brother and his parents are older when he flies back to see him. Yeah, as a kid it was creepy. And Flight of the Navigator, I would absolutely, that would be my choice for something nobody's touching. There's just something about just like a kid having his freedom with this limitless technology, and what would he do with that? I don't know. And that ship, the ship from Flight of the Navigator, somebody said was at Disney World for a long time. It was sitting on I think it was like the Hollywood Studios backlot or something. If you go to Disney World now, they repainted the ship and it's part of the Tomorrowland decor. There's a place called, I forget, it's like you can get like a Coke there. Like it's like Coke, something where you could get Coke and popcorn, but they have a spaceship on top and it's the Flight of the Navigator ship just painted like red. But if you go on the People Mover, you could see it. It blew my mind. I heard about that and it went back and it was like, oh my God, no one knows that's from a movie. Like that's so crazy. It's just sitting there in the Florida sun. Anyway,
so this Variety article actually that I think came out last year.
Oh yeah.
End of last year that says they are looking to reboot the Flight of the Navigator.
Oh really? So they're actually talking about it.
It says Lionsgate and the Henson Company.
Whoa.
Have hired Lucifer showrunner Joe Henderson to write a script for it.
Well, obviously that guy's not getting it done, so pass it to me. I'll do it tonight.
I got an idea for a movie. One of my favorite films of the 90s, one of my favorite films of all times, is Michael Mann's Heat. Do one 20 years later, call it Reheated, and it's just Where Are They Now? I'll see that.
That could great marketing,
right? Yeah. Reheated, and it's fucking Al Pacino and De Niro sitting there at the diner with their old men. It's like a Curb Your Enthusiasm episode.
Yeah, I'd like that.
Yeah, let's see. Reheated. Val Kilmer. Oh my God, he's so fat now.
God.
Hey, you know what I'm actually kind of curious for? I don't expect it to be good, but I'll watch Top Gun. I'll watch Top Gun too.
Oh,
that's gonna be so dumb. I can't imagine what that's gonna be like.
I might skip that one.
Well, thank you guys so much. I hope you have a good night.
Thanks so much,
Thank you for your call.
I'm so happy you guys are on Twitch and doing stuff.
Hell yeah.
Bye.
Thanks, Tina.
Thank you.
Keep it real.
Yeah, that was a great call, man. We're hearing from all kinds of different people. I really love this.
Yeah.
I really love that we're getting all kinds of different calls.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know how long we should go. Maybe what do you think? Maybe do a couple more or something?
More.
Yeah.
Do just a touch more.
Pinch more. But yeah, well, this format works great. We'll do it on Sundays.
Yeah. This is Shishka Boo Boo.
Shishka Babadoo. Oh, Adam Sandler. Shishka Babadoo.
There was an old lady.
Shampoo is better. Conditioner is better.
Oh my gosh.
Something to me, Schwan.
Turkey for me. Grab my camera.
Now that's what I call high quality.
So I can
have turkey in a big brown shoe.
Oh my God, it's crazy to.
Are you staying at the Sega Hotel in the Sonic Suite?
I fucking wish. But hey, it's great to talk to you guys. Longtime fan, I only had one question for you guys.
Okay.
But it's like you guys have been doing what you've been doing since before YouTube, before there was really any form of outlet for video content, mainstream, from public access to what you're doing now on YouTube.
Sure.
And when you look at mainstream YouTube and video game content, with Let's Players, you're still relatively niche, but in this strange point where it's you're not uber popular, but you just happen to get job deals with Nintendo and the Aquabats and Adult Swim and things like that. But at the same time, also maintaining this really, really great, connection and community with your followers. So it's is it, what I wanted to ask, is it difficult being in this weird spot where it's you're having being in this really intimate community, where everybody else, it's almost there's a really big disconnect between the content creator and the personality and the audience?
I kind of lost the question. I'm sorry. Is it
do we like where we're at in terms of the size and scope of Mega64?
Being able to be so personable, so open.
Okay.
Yeah, or do we kind of feel at this point, after 15 years being around for so long, do we want to be more famous, or kind of that? Is that what your question is?
I think
more so it's what's it really being the one big YouTube group that has both such a big public status and like a really big like personal connection with your fans?
Well, I mean I don't know if that's true. I mean, I guess we do keep connected to our.
I get what he's saying is like, as an entity, Mega64 is like iconic. It's a big like thing, but the company itself is small, where everyone knows everyone.
Yeah.
It's not like anything else. Like even in like Rooster Teeth, there's like the personalities, but you have hundreds of staff. With Mega64, we are the business and the personalities and the content creators and the content. We are personalities, content. Even Giant Bomb. Giant Bomb is actually on kind of the same level, but even Giant Bomb has like behind the scene staffers and technical people.
Right.
This is everyone, like, and everyone who's not on camera. Exactly. Everyone
You know
who's at Mega64.
everyone who's here. Yeah.
I don't know. I think like again, the way Mega64 operates is we operate as friends, and again, like for better or for worse, like not treating it as a hardcore business, but we keep this DIY ethic and like friendship status that allows us to keep having fun, as opposed to like a 9-to-5 office job where we grind it out. And I think people like it because they see how much fun we're having, and like it's so open and inviting, and like even people calling in, it's just like, hey, people are on the same level when they call us, and it's because we're not like CEOs or we're not. I don't know. It's
I really like
we're
that.
We're very open, and that's
well, it's like I think I'm not even saying like we're like this show or anything.
Yeah.
But it's like why South Park is still on the air. Is because you still have the same two guys kind of doing it all, and there's something to be said about that versus a team of writers who has,
I mean the fucking Simpsons where. You had like a core staff for 5 seasons, and then it gets passed off, and it's just like the people writing for The Simpsons now weren't born like when the show started.
Yeah,
it's like that kind of stuff.
And
go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, and it's not like South Park is the perfect show. I mean, it has seasons that are stinkers.
Oh yeah.
But
definitely.
at the end of the day, it's still the voice of the couple people whose voice it was from the beginning, and there's still an energy that's there that hasn't gone away because it's still from that. Anyway.
Yeah.
So I think I always look at our stuff as kind of like that. Like, even if we fail, there's still like, it came from us.
Exactly.
Sincerely.
Yeah.
It's something that on this other I work on another podcast called Behind the Smoke Barbecue War Stories. We had this huge guy who's been around on TV called Mo Cason on our last podcast, and he talked about his philosophy of going into competition barbecue, and he's a self-taught barbecuer, and the thing that ties into this was he was talking about how there's a certain way, like when you're making ribs, there's competition ribs, and then there's ribs you'd make at home.
Yeah.
What Mo Cason does when Mo Cason makes his ribs is he makes them Mo Cason. And if he places 25th, he knows he did Mo Cason. But if he places 10th, or he places in that top 5, you know that it's you that got there, not you trying to guess what somebody else's work is. So I think what it always comes down to is we have a vision and an intent of how we want things to look, like Matt Stone and Trey Parker, because there is that vision, there is that intent. They know what they're looking for. They don't stop doing it until they get it. Same thing with say what you will. You look at Steve Jobs' Apple, and you look at Tim Cook Apple. Steve Jobs had a vision. Steve Jobs knew where Apple should go, where things should be going, and he pushed towards that direction. And that's what created the lifestyle that kindles the Apple fire that we all want to be a part of. Oh man, yeah, I can see where that vision's going. Whereas now as a company, they're trying to appease as much to their consumers and their wider base.
It's like this total like mass like appeal factor, that's why I guess like I've always really liked you guys, because it's like it's never really been like catering to like a specific audience. It's always been very like it's always been like what you guys want to do, something. It's like everybody can do a skit, but like the way you guys do it, you're Mega64, like you're not like it's like you're your own brand. And I think it's like,
thank you.
And that's been your brand since like the public access days, and I find that truly amazing.
Yeah. I mean, it's something to be said, like being at conventions and having booths and talking to people. Like just last year at Anime Expo, and I shared this with everybody when it happened,
this one guy was up at our booth just like talking about our shirts and being like, yeah, I came last year and I picked this up and this up, and I'm like, oh yeah, well, I mean, we're also online. If you ever go to Mega64.com or shop.mega64.com, all of our shirts are there. He's like, no, I already go there. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Yeah, follow us on Twitter for all the updates. Yeah, I already follow you guys. Oh, okay, cool. Well, did you like our latest video? We just put up the DBZ video. Yeah, I don't watch your videos. I just really like you guys' clothes. So this guy who's right in our wheelhouse in terms of he's at Anime Expo, obviously is into a lot of the same sorts of things that we're into, only knows Mega64 because what we did is we created shirts that we wanted to wear. We created comedy and skits that we thought was funny. And I think like at the core of it, that's what makes us, it's one of those things where it's like, it helps and it harms. Because when you choose to do things your way, that's not necessarily inclusive. But once you get in, that's when it starts to become, oh, I love this group. I love this fan base. I love this community. I love all of this. And that's where I think we've hit that sweet spot. Because we have a loyal and dedicated, strong fan base. I mean, look at how many people are calling us on a Monday unannounced stream. You know, like it shows that if you just put out something that you're passionate about, other people are going to be passionate about it too. So I think that's what keeps us where we are, for better or worse.
Yeah. Well, thank you. Thanks for talking to me.
Hell yeah! Good luck finding all the Chaos Emeralds.
Yeah.
I will. Thanks.
I hope when he turns off the lights, that's like 7 Chaos Emeralds light up.
That they only reveal themselves under black light.
Yeah. That's Chaos Emeralds, but I only got 2.
Let's wrap this up. Who should we wrap it up with? Who's Cyper? Uppercut.
What up?
Cyper.
Yo.
Hey, we're gonna wrap this up. Do you have like a cool little like way to send off, like a send off comment or a send off question or?
Yeah, I just had a quick question. That's all right. Actually, quick.
Great.
So basically, mainly to Frank. I know you like the golden age of Sega, like 90s Sega.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was wondering, you guys know about the Sega Ages project on Nintendo Switch?
Yeah, well, like I know, like for the PS2 era, they started doing like HD or not HD. They started doing reboot remakes of it, and now they're doing it on the Switch. Yeah.
Budget, yeah. Yeah. So basically, M2's doing it. They did like it on 3DS as well, but now for the Switch, what's interesting is instead of just like Genesis games, they've been like, we might do Saturn and Dreamcast if people are interested.
Announced, like not Daytona USA, but the Virtua Racing.
Virtua Racing.
Yeah, the precursor.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So basically, I just want to know, like, especially because you love that kind of Dreamcast-y era of Sega, like, what would you like to see them bring out on the Switch through Sega Ages?
I mean, legitimately, like the first thing came in my head, if we're doing Saturn and stuff, is Die Hard Arcade. That game is so cool. If Sega Ages ever catches up to Dreamcast shit, and we have Dreamcast ports on Switch, like crazy,
God, I would love
that would be insane. But like, I even like Virtua Fighter, like Virtua Fighter 3. I know that's not everyone's favorite, but like, yeah, I know. It's like, man, Dreamcast stuff is great. But
Panzer Dragoon.
Dude, House of the Dead. Fuck it. Put House of the Dead. No. That's what I want on Switch. House of the Dead. But you have to touch it to shoot. Touch controls.
Yeah.
Dude,
if I could
can't Joy-Con do the way
Oh my god! Prop it up. Oh, $1 million idea.
Yes.
House of the Dead. You prop up the thing, and then you use the holy shit. House of the Dead 1 and 2 on Switch.
Skies of Arcadia.
Oh my god.
Jared, didn't they do like a re-release of Skies of Arcadia on like PC and like recently they like remastered it?
I know you can emulate it on GameCube, and it looks
I'm sorry, I'm thinking of Grandia 2.
Oh, Grandia 2, yeah, they put Grandia.
Grandia 2 though, dude, and Grandia.
Yeah.
All those, dude.
They're coming to Switch,
the
aren't they?
Dreamcast had so many good RPGs.
Yeah, Skies of Arcadia.
Skies of Arcadia. They had. Did they have any of the? I mean, Phantasy Star, obviously.
Oh my god, a Phantasy Star Online on Switch?
Yeah. Power Stone.
Aren't they getting one, or didn't they? Oh,
There's PSO 2, but that'd be cool.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, man, Sega shit. Just I feel like Sega's on the upswing. I mean, they have Yakuza bringing them in so much money.
Yeah.
I feel like Sega's been putting out.
Yeah, they're doing good.
They've been doing good.
Stuff.
Shadow the Hedgehog.
Yeah.
Yes, we need that back, don't we?
Dude, if you don't use a gun in that game, it's a pretty fun Sonic game.
It's alright, I guess.
What a fucking quote. If you don't use a gun in that game, it's a pretty good Sonic game.
Never thought that would be something to say. Anyway, thank you for your call.
Hell yeah.
No worries. Nah, good to...
I found a cool Virtua Fighter 3 shirt, but it was like $70. And
Not
God
worth
damn
it.
it, not worth it, but it was way cool. Anyways.
All right, let's do like a grand finale.
Grand finale. That was
Awesome
yes, this is like the encore. Seaman, hey,
Perfect.
we gotta pull up Sega with Seaman.
Seaman.
Perfect.
What
We're
up?
gonna get Sega on it here.
Dude, fuck it, bring Seaman.
up,
this
fellas?
Time for Seaman.
What up?
What's up, guys? Just got done watching Return of the Living Dead. You ever seen that one?
Hell yeah, dude. That's punk zombies,
Like
baby.
20 years ago, but yeah. So I
That
don't
movie's
remember it.
fucking rad.
Your
I never
voice
noticed
doesn't
at
sound
the
like Leopard Nimoy.
yeah. I never noticed at the end of the movie they actually just recycle a scene from halfway through. So, but I had a question for you guys. I just kind of recently realized that all PlayStation 3s are backwards compatible for PS1. And I started going through my collection, started playing a few games, Medieval, Hot Wheels Turbo Racing, and then I would go looking for Final Fantasy VIII, and then it hits me that I let my friend borrow Final Fantasy VIII in the 8th grade.
Download it.
Track his ass down.
So that's what
Download
I'm
the game
thinking.
off
Like,
PSN.
should I track him down? Should I beat his ass?
No, legitimately, that's gone. Like, that's...
Just
if you,
pay
if,
the $10.
If you can get in contact with that
that'd
guy,
be a good story.
please see if he still has it. Otherwise,
I
just
think he's a
download it.
Marine
That's what
now.
I did. I
might have to
downloaded
fight a
all
Marine.
that and I put it on my Switch. Or on my, Vita.
That's a good call.
Thank
but I
you.
was
It
wondering
was
if
a
you
good
had.
call.
Yeah.
Thank you. All right, we're gonna do a grand finale.
All right, go to Iraq or wherever he is and get your copy back.
Zoner.
Zone of the
Okay,
Enders.
Zoner the Enders. Zoner, what up? Zoner.
Moving
Homer.
on.
You didn't pick up.
I thought you had the daughter you so fit.
Looks like you married the wrong one.
Okay.
My special little guy.
Chub chub.
Rest in peace.
Okay.
Bar?
A nice bear.
What up, a nice bear?
Hey guys.
Bear, who's driving? Who's calling? Bear is driving.
You got that big blue house or what?
Yeah, you know.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
anyway.
Okay,
This is what I miss about Skype.
We're doing a grand finale.
Yeah.
So do something crazy.
Last Guardian is pretty good. Everyone else can suck it. I remember when
everyone
it
already knew it was good.
Not
It was.
Let's talk to, grand finale. We're going to get Psycho. Grand finale. Everything has worked, though.
Yeah.
We seriously
We're
have
going
not
down
had-
the list, clearing them out.
Oh, you know what? We didn't post a link in a long time. That's probably what. Did we already talk
Yeah, we
about
already talked to Rohan, I think.
Yeah, it was Rogan. Yeah, he's
I
one of the
talked
first
to
people.
Cyper. I talked to Garakusa. It's all, these are all, no, there's no new. I guess this is our only hope.
All right.
Wait, somebody new came in.
Leave call.
Yeah, just leave the call. Call you later.
Adios. Kevin the Kill.
All right,
Hell
kill
yeah.
Kevin the Kill. What
Kill
up?
a kill.
Kevin the Kill.
Shit.
What up?
Come on.
What up, G?
All right, Kevin the Kill. We're ending it. So do a grand finale, like something just epicness.
Shit, I don't have a webcam.
That's okay. Do audio,
It's
baby.
okay. Use theater of
Radio.
the mind.
Yeah.
And just take us
Orson
somewhere.
Welles.
Fuck, I wasn't prepared for this.
It's okay. No. For some moments in life, there is no preparation. So just go crazy. Like take us somewhere. Like theater of the mind, radio mystery theater kind of shit. It's like weave a story or something.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Fuck.
That guy belongs on Skype. I don't think we're gonna Discord anymore. We failed the test.
Back to Skype.
Fuck. I'm gonna delete the server.
All my
What
work
a waste of time.
has been
Guess
for
Eric was
nothing.
right.